All right. Good morning, everyone. We are back for the monthly meeting of the minds, is what I've started calling it. I don't know if that's true or not, but good to see everyone here across both channels. The enemy from within and guard the leaf. Guard the leaf. What is up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, man? It's good to see you again.
Yeah, I survived another month out there on the road, and it seems like a lot's happened since we last talked.
Yeah,
What?
you know what? The last time we spoke, we said this the last time is that we hope that nothing happened, nothing extremes happens. But it seems like every time we talk, there's like a pile of stuff to talk about. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it just keeps adding up. I don't know exactly where we were in this timeline last time we talked. Was there even a
uh,
war then?
I think it was just starting, and yeah, it was just starting, and the news was just very how do I say it? It was new, I guess, right? And actually the last live stream we had, I think was at the beginning of this month. So just under a month, it's escalated to the point where I don't even think the orange guy knows what he's doing right now or how to contain this, right? So
Yeah.
a lot can happen within a month.
Yeah, so you don't think he knows what he's doing, huh? Let's talk more about that. You're under the
Well,
impression that Donald Trump doesn't know what he's doing? Tell me
well,
more.
I'm just being nice. I'm just being nice.
Yeah, I hear you. I
I don't
hear
know
you.
what the fuck you're doing. There we go. Can Mav's gonna be happy. I dropped an F bomb. So
There you go. We'll get some more out of you before it's over.
yeah,
I hear, by the way, I hear Pete Hoekstra is pretty cool. Like, is that his name, Pete? Or
Pete
who's the
Hoekstra.
Hoekstra guy?
Oh, yeah, your U.S. ambassador to Canada. Yeah, he's a bit of a
Yeah,
clown. So
is that his first
he's
name,
the
Pete, or did I fuck that up?
Pete. Yeah, Pete
Uh,
Hoekstra. Yeah.
yeah, I was only saying that to get you to say fuck again. Just get him
Oh
out of the
yeah.
way.
No, I mean I haven't had to do a video on him lately. So I mean, usually he puts his foot in his mouth once a month.
Mhm.
But whenever he does, I will definitely there will be some f bombs that come out in those videos. So there might be
Yeah,
one later. Who
absolutely.
knows?
Rodney
Yeah.
Kraft, I got to address this one real quick. Hello
Yeah.
from Windsor, Colorado. Bros right down the street. Good to see you. Good to see you, Rodney. I just wanted to address that one real quick. And real quick to the audience, I think sometimes I get nervous coming into these live streams and just try to jump into the point. It's good to see you all. Happy to see you all for the
Yeah.
stream. I got a little bit excited coming into it. It took everything I had to roll out of bed, guard the leaf, and get to this because I don't know about you, but I am absolutely fucking exhausted with everything going on. It's just,
Yeah, well, I mean, you travel for work, so I can understand physically you're exhausted, but I think both of us are starting to get mentally exhausted as well. So
yeah, absolutely. Back to your point about you don't think Donald Trump knows what he's doing. This is literally the most shocking thing I think
yeah,
that I've ever seen. The man takes naps, and man's a very being very generous with that, but
yeah,
takes naps through his intelligence briefings, starts a war with Iran where he says, I didn't know they were going to close the Strait of Hormuz if we attacked them. I had no fucking idea this was going
yeah.
to happen. And how do you not know that, Guard the Leaf?
Well, I mean, I don't. I mean, yeah, 100%. He didn't know about it, but I also don't think he realized how much of an impact this would have on the rest of the world.
Mhm.
And I just recently did a few videos on how South Asia and Southeast Asia are handling it. I mean, I think a lot of the Western countries, they do have reserves when it comes to the oil reserves and stuff like that. But a lot of countries around where I am, they may only have like less than a month of oil in reserves left. So
Mhm.
the video that I did last time featured, I believe, Philippines, Vietnam, Bangladesh, and a few others, but they're now having to ration their gasoline. And some I think shit, I can't remember which country it was, but there is one country that is basically now switching everyone to a 4-day work week. So I believe Wednesday
Mhm.
is now a holiday for everyone, and the point of doing that is to conserve energy and conserve gas. So
Right.
it's really starting to affect the rest of the world now, right? And if you start looking on social media, not just within North America, the rest of the world is really pissed off right now. So
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're thinking the same country, but I heard Australia is really struggling. Any Australians in the chat?
Well, you should have some Australians. I have lots of Australian viewers on my side. I'm just not sure if,
Yeah.
I mean, it might be late for them because it's probably like 1 a.m. over there, but
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah.
Well, yeah, if they're like me, how the fuck do you go to sleep by 1 a.m. these days? I'm still up,
Yeah.
worried about what's going on. But
Yeah. I
I,
mean,
I go ahead.
well, I'm always trying to go to sleep early, but then I end up in bed and, doom scrolling at what's going on. Right. So
Right.
yeah, it's been late nights for me these days. So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But I believe I heard Australia is really really struggling, and supposed to be running out of gas or oil or something pretty soon. So
mhm,
yeah, it's a shit show. It's a
yeah.
horrible thing. And unfortunately, Guard the Leaf, I don't know if you're aware of this, but we have a lot of ignorant citizens in the United States. Did you know that? Were you aware
Oh
of that?
yeah, I didn't know that. I did not
You
know.
didn't know that?
No
Unfortunately, we
sarcasm.
yeah, we we got a lot of people that here in the United States that say, well, we drill our own oil. We do all the production, everything that's involved in oil and gas and diesel. And I say, I
Mhm,
don't know why prices are going up, just completely unaware of a global market for oil.
yeah.
And I think a lot of that just speaks to who a lot of us are in this country is just completely unaware that there's a whole world outside of our borders, and they think, well, we can just lower the prices by drilling, and maybe to a point, but I think the general thought process is, well, we'll just keep our all of our oil, and
Uh-huh.
and and everything will be just fine after Donald Trump just completely fucked up the global market, and it's just sort of a weird thing to listen to when people
Yeah.
say stuff like that.
I don't understand it. I mean, and being from Canada, and I could think some of the viewers are, that are watching from around the world. I mean, we know
Mhm,
that this is the U.S. might have its own oil, sure, but it is a global market that is affected, right? And
mhm,
if let's say, for example, if you do get your own oil, but let's say if something is manufactured in Asia, they don't have oil, then it's everything's interconnected, right? Everything's
mhm.
interconnected, and if one country's having problems, then the rest are going to feel it as well. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I tried explaining that to somebody. I've mentioned on my channel these days, I'm getting a lot more anger towards me, and especially after my last video about the No Kings, I'm getting a
mhm,
lot of let's say not so friendly messages, from your fellow U.S. citizens about my No Kings protest video. But
mhm,
it's really kind of it's a closed-minded thing. I think I don't understand it, but when it comes to the oil thing,
mhm,
I actually had to try to explain to somebody in one of my DMs that you know this person was basically saying the U.S. can contain itself. We got our own oil, just like what you said. But I said, well, what about what you're buying? What about what you're purchasing and everything
mhm.
else? What about what you're importing in? Those countries that are actually doing the manufacturing, they're the ones that are going to be affected. So if they're affected, then you're affected as well. And I think I kind of turned the light bulb on a little bit, but I'm not a counselor or a therapist. I just wanted to try to see if I can shed some light, but after that I was like, you know what, I'm done. So
Yeah, it's a tough thing, man, getting people to realize how interconnected everything is. With
yeah,
my cost of doing business has went up substantially, right? As we all
yeah,
know, I drive a truck. I own the damn truck, and it's I wouldn't say it's a nightmare scenario for me yet. It's fucking awful.
hmm,
But I work on with contracted freight, which means we've agreed to a set price with to move the freight, but also a sliding scale for the fuel surcharge that is based on the national average, changes every week, right? Just based
hmm,
on that national average. And last I looked, a little side note before I say the number, some companies do it a little different where their fuel surcharge might vary just a little bit. Mine has went from 31 to 33 cents per mile over the a month ago to last I looked 56 cents a mile. So we're looking at almost double per mile
wow,
for me to move freight around this country, right?
yeah,
And don't think for a minute Guard the Leaf or anyone out there, that those shippers and receivers, those billionaires already at the top, are going to eat the fucking cost of that. It's you.
Yeah.
It's you that's going to eat the cost. And trying to make people understand how everything is interconnected and works together. Because you had mentioned kind of getting some hate. That's just the nature of the beast here on the internet. Is you
Yeah.
get that sometimes. But I've had quite a few people say, "Well, you're just a dumb trucker. You were dumb enough to get into this business." And it's like, well, I don't know. Am I the dumb one? Because my surcharge almost doubled. You're the dummy paying it on the other end.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
so and I don't take that as winning. Guard the Leaf. A lot of
No,
truckers
of
will look
course
at
not.
that. Yeah, a lot of owner operators will look at that and say, "Look at me, I'm making more money." It's like it used to cost me between $1,100 and $1,300 per week in fuel for the truck, which sounds like a lot of money, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, now we're approaching about $2,500 per week just to keep
Wow.
fuel in that truck per week. Per week.
Wow.
So yeah, it's I know that was long-winded, but trying to get through to people on how interconnected the entire world is can be very
Mhm.
difficult sometimes.
Yeah. And, like I said, I mean, I've had a few difficult DMs I've had to deal with and stuff, but, I think at the end of the day, it's the, at least from my point of view, I mean, I think the rest of the world and everybody outside can see what the damage is.
Mm,
As explained earlier. And sorry, there was somebody in the comments earlier that mentioned when I talked about the 4-day work week, it was actually Thailand. So sorry, I forgot who
Tyler.
that was, but yeah, Thailand has gone to a 4-day work week, and
Okay.
Philippines called for a state of emergency, I believe, 5 days ago when it comes to energy. So
Wow.
these are just, it's the early days, and what we're noticing now is we're noticing the countries that are, they may not be as prepared or in a situation where they may have the reserves that a Western country has, right? So we're seeing the early signs of countries, you know, rationing, and
Right.
as it goes on, I believe we're going to see more and more countries starting to announce, hey, okay, maybe people work from home, or don't drive as much, or aircons off, or whatever else, right? So I know Thailand is doing a lot of those measures right now. Um,
Hmm.
Thankfully, here in Malaysia, there hasn't actually been anything yet, but I do know that Malaysia is a pretty big oil producer here.
Mhm.
So far, nothing really major here. And I actually just found out. I mean, what's funny? A lot of people are telling me about Malaysia. Actually, is the first country to rip up the agreement with the United States. So, or the tariff agreement,
Mm,
because the tariffs were illegal, right?
right.
Um, but I actually didn't know that. I'm focused so much on home right now that I haven't really been paying attention to what's going on here locally, right? But I also did find out too that the government here is, I guess they put a cap on what the petrol cost can be, so it makes it more affordable for the citizens here. So
Hmm.
last I checked, because one of my friends asked me, I think it was about 68 cents Canadian for a liter of gas. So, I mean, if the Canadians are watching this right now, they're probably saying, holy shit, that's cheap, right? So, how
Right.
long is this going to last? I don't know. But at least here where I am, everything's okay for now. So, but like I say for now.
Yeah, we had I forget which organization it was, or maybe it was part of the government. I don't really remember, but an article came out about someone suggesting that the United States go to a work from home model.
Mhm.
And I can't wait. I would love to do that. That'd be fantastic for me.
How are you going to do that though?
Mind control, baby, mind control. But I mean, like yeah, I was gonna try to fit a Jack Burton joke in there, but I couldn't figure it out in time. Um, but you know what that means, Guard the Leaf, when our even I don't remember which organization, if it was government or not, but even if our government comes out and says, "Hey, we should be working from home," and Donald Trump's the president, that means we're not fucking going to. We're gonna just do more shit to be
Yeah,
even more destructive and just ignore any of those warnings.
yeah,
But I was thinking about something while you were talking. I feel like there's a point where the world is going to have to get involved in this in some way or another, right? And I don't know, maybe
mhm,
maybe different countries are involved, but I kind of am getting to a point, Guard the Leaf, where I wonder, like, is there going to be involvement from, China or maybe different NATO countries or anything, and what does that look like? I haven't thought it through too well. What do you think what should happen with that? As far as the Strait of Hormuz has to open, Donald Trump and Israel were the aggressors here. What do you
Yeah.
think this looks like? Have you thought about it
Well,
much?
I mean, the Strait of Hormuz right now, there are still some ships going through, but from
Mhm.
I watched a video a little while ago, and there are some ships that are going through, but I guess what they're doing is they're paying a fee to Iran to be able to go through. So it's almost like a toll, right?
Mhm.
I don't know the country offhand. I believe basically anyone that's not tied to the U.S., I guess, right? But that doesn't help any of the countries like that may have ties to the U.S., such as like say Philippines or um, any other country that needs it. So how do you get that, or how do you get those ships to go through and not get bombed? I don't know, but
Mhm.
you're right. I mean, I think there's got to be some sort of involvement, but at the same time as well, I personally would not want NATO to get involved, right? Because it's not
Mhm.
our fight.
Right.
Um, and just by involving us is making us a target as well. And
Mhm.
at the same time, NATO didn't start this at all, and
Right.
the fact that the orange guy is asking for help for the Strait of Hormuz on the problem that he caused, it's
Yeah.
like why the fuck should we help you, right? You caused this problem yourself, and yes, it's going to cause us pain, but I don't know how to balance that. Do we continue going through the pain to
Mhm.
tell Donald Trump that show him a lesson that we're not going to help your problem, or do we help him and then he'll twist it around and say, oh yeah, look, everybody is coming to help now, and they caved and they're going to help.
Mhm.
That's exactly what he's going to say. We all
Right.
know that, right? So
Right.
yeah,
And
I don't know, it's a tough balance. So
yeah. Yeah, and to be clear, I wasn't necessarily myself suggesting that NATO come to Donald Trump's help, to his
mhm,
rescue. Um, but I do have to wonder, like, does the world eventually respond to the United States, maybe economically, like maybe sanctions or dumping the US dollar or something like that? And I don't know if that helps. I don't know if that makes it any better, but I think we're at that point. Donald Trump's in over his head. He doesn't know what the fuck to do, and
yeah,
these other countries are being put in quite a situation. And I want to be clear about that. I'm not sitting here asking anyone to come save us, to come help us. I just don't know what the response is because it's not sustainable for the entire
mhm,
world.
yeah,
Um, I don't think
yeah,
anyone should bail Donald Trump out on this. I really don't. So,
yeah. I personally
yeah.
don't know much about, I mean, economics and things like that is not my background, but you're right. I think another couple of weeks, or like the next time we have a live chat at the end of April,
Mhm.
who knows? Maybe we don't have power, right? I
Right.
just don't know
Yeah.
what's going to go on, and something has to happen because I also read too that there is another. Oh, I can't remember the name. There's another group, I guess, that is now assisting Iran from Yemen, and
Houthis.
the yes, yes,
Yeah.
they're helping, and it's not really de-escalating the situation. It's just going to prolong it, if you ask me, right? So I just don't know where this ends, right? It's just chaos every day, and I wake up in the morning, look at my phone, and I'm like, oh shit, this happened, or whatever else. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
that's that's how I feel about everything. I popped this comment up on the screen because I wanted to make sure I got to
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Joanne asked, "What do you think the future of trucking will be?" Immediate future. Within the month, I'm surprised there's so many trucking companies still holding on. We're going to see many, many more close down, but I'm already seeing it out there on the road. Just I thought the empty truck stops were interesting during the tariffs, the good old days of just tariffs.
Mhm.
But the what am I trying to fucking say? Now it's getting to the point that even the truck stops that remained busy through all of that are just dead. Um, but being in the United States, there's not going to be a real solution. Like I had a commenter, speaking of assholes in the comments, that said, "Why don't you just get an electric truck, dumbass?" And I responded to him, "There's no solution for an over-the-road electric truck, at least in the United States, dumbass." Like,
Yeah.
um, but destruction, carnage, chaos, that's the immediate future of trucking. And I don't know what the economy of the United States or the world, but especially here, looks like even in the next month, Joanne.
Yeah.
It's fucking carnage is all that it is. I wish I could give you a good answer, but not good. We're not going to adapt. We're not going to look into alternative energy sources for the trucks because Donald Trump is at the fucking helm and he's going to deny everything. He's going to he's handling it almost the same way he handled COVID. Everything's fine. What are you talking about? We're like totally kicking ass here. And
Yeah.
we saw where that got us during COVID, And
Yeah.
so here we are. And you know what, Guard the Leaf? I feel like I've been losing my fucking mind lately with the amount of people that have been coming to tell me I'm not even a Trump supporter, but bro, COVID wasn't even real. What are you talking about? I'm like, fuck. You're so close. You're full of lies and conspiracy theories. Just put on your MAGA hat and fucking do that.
Yeah, but I also wonder too. I mean, it seems like you and I in our channels are getting a lot of, anger, or I don't want to say hate, but messages that I actually starting to wonder. I mean, are the messages that I'm getting actually MAGA people, but in disguise, trying to be, Democrats, right? And
Mhm.
it's just weird because it's a different type of hate. Because I mean, in the early days of my channel, it was obvious when it was a MAGA person because their pronunciation and everything was just completely
Right.
off, right? But it just makes me wonder if the anger that we're getting towards our channel is actually still MAGA, but just trying to be in disguise.
It's a possibility. It's a
Yeah.
possibility because you can kind of spot them. They go, I'm not even a Trump supporter. And then they say a bunch of bullshit. I always call them on it. I say, nah, bro, you're a Trump supporter. You can't
Yeah.
fool me. This ain't
Yeah.
my first rodeo.
Yeah, but you know what? In your videos, I really do like it when you show the truck stops. It's pretty cool and a good visualization of how empty they actually are. So I
Yeah.
would definitely keep doing that. So
Yeah, I mean, I unfortunately think I'm going to have a lot of opportunities to do that. It's
Mhm.
it's bad. The one I showed in Stratford, Texas, I never showed it before like this. But that one's always been fucking busy. It's one of my least favorite truck stops in all the places I go. But that's the one where I pulled straight through the fuel pumps, and
Mhm.
I was making fun of the guy that was scared to walk across the truck stop parking lot. That got me in a lot of trouble. People like you're an asshole, dude. You're a fucking dick, making fun of that poor guy that's just trying to cross the parking lot. And like I thought it was funny because like we're truckers, we're around this shit all the time. But like he looked like scared for his life. I'm like, bro,
Right.
chill out. But that one in particular is just notorious for being just fucking busy, and
Mhm.
it's not anymore. And
Like
you
I've
know,
never I'm not a trucker, so I've never been to a truck stop before, right? But I mean, like,
mhm.
when you go there, obviously, I guess it's to fill up on gas and just you said you shower there and just hang out. Is it usually just a place for like truckers to rest and refresh? And like, how long do truckers usually stay there for? I guess.
It depends what you're doing. Obviously, go in there to fuel up. That's one thing. They got showers in there. A lot
Right.
of them have drivers' lounges, but those aren't used these days since the era of the internet, which I don't mind necessarily because I'd rather fucking slam my head into a brick wall than listen to an
Right.
old trucker tell me about the time he had to back into a dock. It's fucking horrifying. It's terrible. Because backing up is, believe it or not, a huge part of our job. Don't brag to me about how you did your job one day. But
Right.
and then obviously they provide parking. So when you're stopping for the night, that's where you park and go to bed. That's it. That's the American
Yeah.
truck stop. They're not what they used to be. They used to be. Now I am gonna be that old trucker. But they used to be interesting. A lot more interesting truck stops out there.
Yeah.
Now it's your standard chain with fucking. You can have all the subway you want. Every one of them's got a goddamn subway in it. And I used to like Subway, and I fucking had enough. I've had it.
So,
Fucking
but I would imagine, like, obviously, a truck stop is a business, right? So I imagine that they're also suffering as well, right?
Yeah, they would have to be. Actually, I did a video on that. It was Pilot Flying J, which was the same chain that I was at in Stratford, Texas, where they were still profitable year over year, but their profits were dramatically cut between 2024 and 2025. Yeah, because it's still 26 now.
Yeah.
So they saw a massive reduction in business over the
Mhm.
last year. And it was great because I've been saying that. I've been fucking telling everyone that. And like
Yeah.
this world is a frustrating place, Guard the Leaf, because you show people visual proof and they're like, nah, that's not real. That's not
Yeah.
really happening. Fuck. you know.
Yeah.
Um but
That's one thing I
then
noticed. I mean, you can give all the proof you want, and then someone will just easily say, "Nope, fake news." It's like
yeah,
how do you get through to that, right? So
yeah, exactly. And that was like such a frustrating thing because I was showing all of that through the tariffs. And I'm like, look, these are less busy than they used to be. Then
yeah.
that article comes out, Pilot Flying J is losing money year over year. I put that out and they go, there was just excuse after excuse, Well,
Mhm.
maybe it's because they've cut their prices so dramatically and Donald Trump's thriving economy that they lost out on some profit. I'm like, tell me one goddamn billionaire that's going to cut prices so that they
Yeah.
like because Donald Trump's economy is so good. Get your head out of your ass. What are we
Yeah.
talking about? So,
Yeah.
yeah. Frustrating, man.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, it's been less than a month that we've last did our live stream, and just so much is going on. I mean,
Yeah.
I watched one of your video this morning, and you mentioned that you went to the No Kings protest in your area.
Mhm.
And you also mentioned it too. You were a little bit disappointed in terms of not seeing any younger generation people. Is that normal? I guess, or I mean, did that happen last time? Or
Yeah, I got to be fair with that. I am in a smaller town, so it's a very small sample size. I
no?
tried to emphasize that in yesterday's live stream, but I may have failed to make
Hmm.
that point because I was planning to maybe go down to Denver's, but the logistics of it was just a fucking nightmare. Because I'm only like 60 miles out of Denver, something like that. But
Hmm.
it's any downtown area of a major city is already hard enough to park a fucking car. And then you imagine that there's protests going on. I'm like, okay, where could I park my car that's closer so I could Uber the rest of the way in? And I was like, fuck it, I'll just go to the one in town.
Right.
So in fairness, much smaller sample size than if you were to go into a city. But
Hmm.
yes, shocking lack of younger people out there. And that's even reflected in the demographics on my channel. I cannot get like the 18 to 26-year-old range to watch this fucking channel. It's like
Oh,
a super small percentage,
yeah.
you know.
I'm the same as you. I mean, my 18 to 25 is non-existent.
Yeah.
Although I believe 35 to 45 is actually really growing right now. So the younger generation, I guess even in Canada, really does not pay attention to my videos, right? So it's sad and shocking, but honestly, I'm also not surprised as well. So
Yeah. Yeah. I I wish I knew how to reach the younger generation. And I mean, I think overall I know how, but it would involve like me turning into a complete douchebag.
mhm.
If I could act like Joe Rogan or Andrew Tate or some bullshit like that,
Yeah, no,
sure,
don't go
I'd get
that
their
route.
attention. Yeah, yeah, sure, I'd get their attention, but at what cost? At
Yeah.
what fucking cost? So that's the tough thing is you get these young men that believe all the bullshit that comes out of their mouth. That this is masculinity. The bullshit that they're like talking about, I don't fucking get it. I don't
Mhm.
understand it at all. And it's
No.
like, you have to listen to people. Like, I mean, I get it. It's the fucking internet, but I get told all the time, like by Trump supporters, of course, you're not a real man and all this bullshit. It's like, yeah, okay. The reason, one of the huge reasons I do this is because I'll be damned if I'm gonna let a bunch of old fucking Republican white dudes take my daughter's rights from me. Tell me that ain't masculine,
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I was out riding around with my daughters yesterday in the car, and they wanted to listen to some Taylor Swift and they wanted to like blast it out of the car. They had the windows down, sunroofs open. Everybody could hear fucking Taylor Swift coming down the street. And sure, I was getting looks from some dudes like, the fuck you doing, bro? Are you even a man? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm chilling with my daughters. What are you talking about? Fuck off. So how do you get across the point that giving a shit about people is masculine? We're losing that battle.
Yeah. But the thing I'm always curious about is, how do you get the younger generation to want to get involved? Not get involved, but at least be in tune with what's going on, right? And funny enough, I mean, I'm not talking about the younger generation right now, but what I did notice is that, especially with all these gas prices, it seems like now the MAGA side are starting to pay attention, and they only started to pay attention because now it's personally affecting them, which is costing them like what, $5-6 a liter, right? So now is when they want to pay attention. But I just saw it's just kind of funny because I mean, when I'm doom scrolling looking for content and stuff, I just start seeing a whole bunch of MAGA saying, "Hey, we didn't vote for this," and I didn't want higher gas prices, and this is not what I wanted. But in the long story short, they're only saying this is because they're now personally affected by it. So.
Isn't that so goddamn typical? I mean, my God, how many times do we have to listen to this shit? Fucking farmers for Trump. Fuck yeah. I don't understand. The only thing I can get from it, guard the leaf.
Sorry, 1 second. I meant $6 a gallon, not liter. Yeah. I'm Canadian. I meant six, I say liter. So $6 a gallon is what I meant.
Fair. But the only thing I can assume with the farmers for Trump is literally that they voted for the bailout. They said, man, if we get Trump in there again, we ain't got to work for the next 4 years. They'll bankrupt our asses and we'll get those bailouts. It ain't going that way. But when the farmers started getting fucked over, and as far as I can tell, there has been no bailout. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I remember Donald Trump announcing a bailout. Congress didn't do anything with it, and you think Donald Trump's just going to hand out money? I don't know for sure, but I'm not sure.
I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I remember seeing that announcement because the farmers were like, the farmers actually said, no, we don't want the bailout. We want the partnerships that are the market back, right? Obviously, they're not going to get it, but I never saw anything else when it came to whether or not they actually got that bailout money or not. So, but who knows? They might not even announce it. They'll just probably take it, right? So.
It's hard to say, but no, it's that same old fucking thing over and over. Like, I didn't know you were going to bankrupt my farm, Donald Trump. Now I'm so fucking upset. Donald Trump, I didn't know you were going to deport my wife. what are you doing? And then you have the fucking asshole up there somewhere in the Midwest. His wife got deported, and then he was asked if he still supports Donald Trump, and he's like, hell yeah, I still support him. I think Donald Trump's doing the right thing. Like,
there's been tons of those coming out lately. I just did a video on construction business owner. He voted for the orange guy and lost all of his workers. And he said he would still support he still supports him, but didn't think that ICE would come after his staff, right? So I just don't get it. I mean, even after the guys, the video, the report that they created on this guy was a very kind of victimish kind of video, making him look like the victim of something. But it's like you voted for this, and you knew you had employees that might be undocumented. You have no more staff. It's going to take you, instead of 1 year to complete your project, it's going to take you 3 years, and yet you still support this guy. So like, what do you need to, get through to your head, right? So absolutely. I don't know. I don't fucking get it, but it's very typical, and it's a shame that it's gas prices that are getting them to pay attention. It's like that. I mean, it sucks, but all the things that should have been concerned about before this didn't fucking matter because it was happening to someone else, and you were just fucking fine with it. So like I have a hard time with it. Like, I don't have any sympathy. Like, you had to pay more for gas. How about the children that got blown up? We don't care about them. They're on the other side. The pro-life party doesn't give a fuck about the dead children. I mean, shocking. But at least they own the gas prices. That's when they put their foot down, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I promise you guys I am reading all the comments as they go. But I kind of listen to what you guys
Yeah.
have to say. But yeah,
You know
it's
what? This time, I one of our viewers told me last time, get a vertical monitor. So what I did is
uh
I run a multiple monitor setup here. So one of my monitors, I actually have it vertical, so I can see the chat or more of the chat, and it's not going or scrolling up as fast as it was before. So
nice.
thanks
Hell yeah.
to whoever told me that on the last one to use a vertical monitor.
Hell yeah. That's probably a good
Yeah.
idea. I don't even know how you'd set that up, my redneck ass. So
Well, I mean, if you run like, are you running two monitors right now? You must be. You're looking over to
yeah.
your right, right?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
the YouTube chat there and then you over here.
Okay, no, like the monitor that one of my second monitors, I just put it vertical. I have an arm that I can twist it around, and then I just set it for vertical orientation, and it just makes the chat more visible. So it's
Yeah.
definitely a lot easier to kind of keep up. So
Right. So,
yeah.
tell me what you did. You kind of glossed over it a little bit earlier. Tell me what you did. That sounds horrible. But apparently, you had frustrated a lot of people with your No Kings video. You said, and here,
Oh yeah.
part of what we do here is try to, bridge the gap a little bit between like the two countries and the world. So, if I
Yeah.
can make it make sense to you, what did you do to upset so many people in your No Kings video? And maybe I can speak a little bit of sense to that.
I told the truth.
Oh, you got to knock that shit. I'm just kidding. You got to knock that
Yeah.
shit off, bro. No, I'm kidding.
No, I mean it's one of the things too, like it's how do I say it? Well, I mean the video wasn't even targeted at the people who are complaining at me, right? And I mean this has been something that has been going on for a little, a few months.
Mhm,
And you and I talked about it offline. I'm like, hey, why the hell are these Democrats who are, they are fighting, they are the resistance. Why are they coming after me, right? They should be coming or going
mhm,
after their own citizens who are, basically not engaged or not paying attention, right? So
mhm,
the video, the No Kings protest, yeah,
mhm,
it's great. I have nothing wrong with it, and I think it's a great thing that you and your fellow citizens attend, and something needs to happen, right? But
mhm,
me, as well as I think a great majority of the rest of the world, this is the third one that has happened, and it's kind of like, okay, so these No Kings protests happen, what's going to happen after it, right? And
mhm, mhm,
nothing really comes out of it, right? And I understand that it's not going, these protests are not going to take down the orange guy. It's not going to like put him into the ground or make a change. But what I also am noticing, and I think a lot of people, who follow my channel also agree with me, is that what I pointed out in my video is that the first No Kings protest had 5 million people across the country. Second
mhm,
one had 7 million across the country. But what
mhm,
I mentioned in my video is that, hey, the population of the United States is 340 million. You
mhm,
subtract the 77 million, obviously the MAGA, they're not going to attend. Leaves
mhm.
you with, I think it was like 168 or 180,000 million or something like that. It's a big chunk, right?
Yeah.
And what I was trying to say is that, I commend and support everybody that is attending the No Kings protest, but
Mhm.
you need to get more people involved, right? And
100%.
one of the things that some of the people were complaining to me about, one person, all caps, the entire email that they sent me was freaking all caps, and it was like a
Really?
wall of text. I only got through maybe the first 5 paragraphs, and I said, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to respond to you, right? But it was somebody that actually attended the two No Kings protests, and
Mhm,
the direction wasn't really about how do I say it, within their country. It was more like, why is the rest of the world, um, you guys you guys have no say in what's going on. You're not in the country. You're not living through this. You got no involvement, basically, right?
mhm,
And I was gonna reply, but after like the counting, there was like 12 paragraphs of all capital letters. I said, "Fuck it," right?
mhm,
But what I would have replied with is that basically, my video is not directed at you or anybody who is actually attending the No Kings protest. My
mhm,
video is to point out and state that, hey, while you guys are attending, and I commend that you guys are standing up for your country and being the resistance, there's still well over 150 million that are sitting at home or doing nothing, right? Now,
Yeah.
I totally get that, there are people who might not be able to make it because they have work or, they have a family commitment or whatever else. Sure, fair enough. And I totally understand that. But
Mhm.
there is a very good population that are probably just going on with their day, not even paying attention. They might be doing whatever it is they do in the day. When they get home, they might turn on the news and say, "Oh, okay, the No Kings protest happened," and then that's it, right?
Right. Right.
That is what I the point of my video is, to try to say, look, you guys are great, commend you for doing what you're doing, but you need
Mhm.
more, right?
Right.
And that's where I got a lot of people that were saying, hey, one, you have no say in this, and you're a Canadian. I even get the people saying, hey, you're a Canadian that lives in Malaysia, so you don't even have a say in it. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm still a person, am I not? Right? I'm a Canadian
Right.
citizen. I hold a passport, right? But I found that a lot of people took it the wrong way. And there's a video out by another YouTube creator. His name is Paul Lance, I believe.
Mhm.
He's from the US, but he actually had a really good video on this. And it basically, everything in his video that he said was something that I was trying to say, right? And
Mhm.
it's the same sort of message, meaning that, okay, you guys had a No Kings protest, but everybody goes back to work on Monday, and then nobody remembers it until 6 months down the road when the next one happens, right?
Right.
And obviously, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people around the world are probably going to agree with this, is that there needs to be more than just a general protest. And you mentioned it in your
Mhm.
channel as well, is that you guys need a general strike, right? And
Yeah.
something that would actually hurt. And
Mhm.
I think that, this is just my personal opinion, but I think that would hurt more versus these quarterly protests that are happening right now.
Right.
Someone in my video actually said it was pretty funny. There's like a quarterly barbecue that everybody is attending, right? So,
Right.
um,
Right.
but that's where I guess maybe my delivery of my video wasn't right.
Mhm.
But I think I would say about 95% of the people who responded in my comments, they understood, and it was just a 5% that kind of took it the wrong way. So why they took it the
Right.
wrong way, I don't know. But it's not just this video. I think it's been a lingering thing.
Mhm.
I just don't. I think some people in your country just don't like their country being you know not picked on, but like critiqued, right?
Right, right. That's fair.
So
Yeah, I'll respond to that. I want to let everyone know after I respond to this, we will start
yeah,
looking at those super chats. Sorry, everyone. Apparently, me and Guard the Leaf both had a lot on our minds coming into this. I didn't even know
yeah.
that I did. I was basically a zombie getting up to do this.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
um,
The YouTuber's name is Paul Lance. So if anybody wants to check out Paul Lance's video, it just came out, I think today, or yeah, it came out today. So check out Paul Lance on YouTube.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and put this one up from Ron because I
Yep.
think I probably agree with Ron on this. I attend the No Kings protest whenever I can, but I, in a sense, kind of feel like the No Kings protests are missing the mark a little bit. I have some criticism of it myself. Protesting on the weekends every 6 months is not cutting it, according to Ron. That is 100% true. Yes, let's attend the No Kings protest. Let's wave our signs. Let's talk about how we're not going to take the shit. But why aren't we doing this on a fucking Wednesday? Why aren't we doing this on a weekday? And look, I know we're all going to take the hit financially that day, but take the day off work, make it hurt economically, and go out and fucking protest, right? I think that the fact that we're doing it on the weekend is not causing any inconvenience to the people in charge whatsoever. We show up Monday through Friday, we do our jobs, and I think that we should uh, exactly like let me grab this comment here. uh Mad Wife Cinda says Monday would probably be the most disruptive. That's what I think we should be going for. Now, I'm not in charge of the No Kings. I don't organize this at all. But I would like to see something more like that. And
Mhm.
to your point about the huge amount of American citizens that are not showing up. Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? I get a lot of people. Let me try to explain this the right way. The both sides are the same people. The voting doesn't do anything, people. And Guard the Leaf, if I wanted a channel of, and I want to be clear, I'm not like saying this is even close to all my viewers. It's a very small percentage. But if I
Mhm.
wanted a channel of people that just sat on the sidelines and did nothing, I would have done like a football channel. I'm an NFL fan. They're not
Yeah.
going to let us average everyday people on the goddamn football field to play football. We can armchair quarterback that shit all day.
Mhm.
But the interesting thing about democracy is you can fucking participate. You don't have to sit on the sidelines. So sitting there saying that this doesn't do anything is the attitude of a lot of American citizens right now, and we only get to participate for a little while longer if we're lucky. Because
Mhm.
that will be taken away. I agree. And on that point, I read on Blue Sky yesterday. I need to follow up on it, but I read something on Blue Sky yesterday, an article that there is an actual date set for a national general
Yeah, I
strike.
think it's May 1st or something like that. So
Thank you for saying that. I didn't want to say it because I wasn't sure if I
I
had that
think it
right. Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. I promise you, I have already looked at that and I said, okay, if it's going down May 1st, then I am parking that fucking truck on May 1st. And I am going to be pushing it on my channel very hard that take the day off. As a matter of fact, I might fund a few people myself that like, hey, how much money you going to lose out on missing that day of work? How do I send you that? How do I reimburse you to just stay the fuck home?
Mhm.
And I'm not able to extend that to very many people, like maybe a few, people like, hey, how much money do you make in a day? I got you,
Yeah.
to get a few more people to do that, because if it's May 1st, I'm doing it, I'm participating. And
Mhm.
no kinks is great. I mean, it's a good thing, but I think we're making it way too convenient, is my opinion on it. I don't know if any of that made sense.
No, it
So,
totally makes sense. I mean, it would be more impactful if it was on a Monday or even a Wednesday or something that is going to cause disruption to businesses. But at the same
mhm,
time as well, if you do have it on a Monday, how much smaller are these crowds going to be, right? So if let's say, for example, Saturday there was, I don't know, let's say it was, I read reports that it might be about 9 million this time.
mhm.
But if you do it on a Monday, is it going to be 9 million or is it going to be maybe 6 million? Because some people
Well,
decided, oh, I got to go to work instead, right?
Well, that's
So,
where a lot of
yeah.
people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, finish
No,
your
no, no.
thought
That,
there.
yeah. No, go ahead. I mean, that's just my thought, right? It would probably be a lot smaller if it was on a weekday.
And that's where people need to fucking just take the hit. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take the hit on that. If you've got a vacation day, cash that shit in. Make the company pay for you to go out and process the shit. Um, but if you're not willing to take the hit for one day, uh, what are we doing? I mean,
Yeah.
I just don't understand. You're not willing to lose out on a day's worth of wages to send a message to the people in charge that you're not going to put up with their bullshit. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
And I get, well, let me try to be a little nicer about that. I get that we're all living, paycheck to paycheck. I know that we're all struggling. But by continuing to allow them to do whatever they want to do isn't going to fix the situation. We need to
Hmm.
take the hit financially now, um,
Yeah.
before there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
I understand the struggle. I really fucking do. But is it worth losing a day of pay to make them feel it economically? And
Yeah.
if they don't get the message, then we're gonna have to step it up. Are we willing to shut it down for a week?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I get it, Joseph. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. But if we don't, that's the
Yeah.
only language they speak. That's the
Yeah.
only
Joseph,
language they speak.
I would actually watch Paul Lance's video, the one that I just mentioned earlier, and he actually talks about this topic right now. Is that, if you want change, you got to feel a little bit outside of your comfort zone,
Mhm.
um, or feel a little bit of pain to be able to make a difference. So, yeah, Paul Lance's video is really good on this. So let me see if I can. Um, I sent it to Kay. Anyways, keep going. I'm gonna try to find the link while we're chatting.
Well, we're about 50 minutes into it, and we have not responded to a single super chat. And apologies to everyone. Just it's so much to
Is it
talk
50
about.
minutes already? Holy shit.
Yeah. So we better start getting through that. So
Yeah.
I hope that people that sent super chats early are still here to hear our responses to that. Let me know when you find what you're
Sorry,
looking for.
I found the link. I'm just gonna pop the link into the chat so if people can take a look at Paul Lance's video. So
Yeah, I'll try to catch it on my side. You dropping it on your side?
yeah.
I'll go ahead and pin it on my side as soon as I see it.
Okay.
And then
I sent it already. So
oh well, fuck. Maybe the chat moved too fast for me.
oh, is it
Wait,
being blocked?
No, I'm not going to see it on my side. I'm just being a dumbass, basically.
Okay.
Because I'm not. I'm not on your chat. I'm on my chat.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
anyway.
that's true. I forgot that. It's on my channel, not yours. Sorry. But
Yeah, exactly.
I guess I'll DM it to you, and then you can post it on your side as well.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
I'll grab it here on Discord.
While you're grabbing on Discord, for the audience, is the co-host too loud? Because I can tell she's kind of like doing her thing right now. If she's too loud, let me know, and I can actually move her. She can spend time with mom.
All right, that's that one. Yep.
Here, eat this.
I'll go ahead and stay here and watch our live stream, everyone. But I'll go ahead and just pin that to the top. Yeah. Don't bail out on us, though.
Okay, no, it says she's okay. She's much louder on my side versus what's coming out on the mic right now. So,
all right, let's start getting into these super chats.
Sure.
Everyone, thank you for your support. And this is over on your side, Guard the Leaf from Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre Light.
Thank you for the $5 Canadian. Hello from Nova Scotia. You're both doing amazing work. Big love and respect, my friends. Thank you very much, Dr. Dre Light. And yeah, I hope to. I mean, I mentioned it before. I haven't gone anywhere past Alberta except for Toronto for work, but Nova Scotia is definitely one place I want to go. And my parents went there last year, September, I believe, and they had a great time. So it's on my bucket list. Thanks, Dr.
Hell yeah. Mine too. Yeah. And the tawniest over on your side.
Tawny, how's it going? She's one of my she's one of my Reddit moderators. So
oh, nice.
Yeah. So Tawny says, "End of the war, depose Trump now, Slava Ukraine." Yep. I think everybody wants to just wait. You know what's funny? I posted a video. It was kind of at the end. It was more of a funny video, but someone was saying, you know, she's waiting for that text. That one day when she wakes up, she's waiting for that text message or that message on the phone saying that it has happened. And when it does happen, the entire world's going to be celebrating. They're going to be having holidays for this. But not once in the video did she mention what it actually meant. But everybody knows what it means, right? So,
right.
Yeah, but I think everyone has that feeling. So,
yeah.
Thanks, Sonny.
Maybe it'll be like an international holiday where we all eat tacos and celebrate and. Just a thought.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of happy people around the world. So,
the Dark Canuck over on your side. So I'll go ahead and let you read yours today. And
no, that's your side, isn't it? There's no link on it.
Hell yeah, there's a link, brother.
What? I'm not seeing it. So.
Well, either way, it don't matter.
Okay, no, I see. I see. I see now.
Channels.
Yeah, sorry, Dark Canuck. So the Dark Canuck 9692. Thanks for the $6.99.
But that one is for me. By the end of it, I can tell that one's for me.
We use the diesel partially to power our cabin in Northern Ontario. I fear your pain, sister, wife. Number 179. That's got to be yours.
Thank you, Dark Canuck, and sorry about the confusion. I did not know about using diesel to power cabins, but it is very, very versatile. And to power a cabin, Jesus, I can only imagine. I can only imagine the bill on that. How many gallons of diesel, Dark Canuck, does it take to power a cabin? Like, what size tank are we talking here? I got two 95-gallon tanks on my truck, and I haven't completely filled them. It's been about a week since I completely filled both, and I was right around 800. $800 to fill both.
Right.
And that lasts
Wow.
2 days, in case anyone was wondering. So,
Wow.
we got E.M. Parker. Love the live stream and your content. Keep it up. Thank you for the $5, Parker. Yeah, we're gonna keep it up. It's been tough. It's been absolutely exhausting keeping up with everything. Like I said, I just rolled out of bed and like, okay, we got to go do this live stream. I had to hype myself up a little bit and get ready to go. But yeah, we'll both keep it up, but forgive us if we get a little tired sometimes.
I think we're both on that kind of. It's been a little bit draining these days. So,
yeah,
but I'm pretty sure
absolutely.
everybody's drained as well, right? I mean, everybody's listening to the news or watching the news, and everyone's feeling the pain as well, right? So not just the people in the U.S.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100% with that. 100%. We've got Heavensley. I hope I said that right. I'm not good at pronouncing stuff, but thank you for the channel membership. I appreciate you. And we got Boogie the cat just went nuts over here. We've got hey Boogie with the 1, 2, 3 gifted channel memberships from Boogie the cat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was reading another comment that made me giggle a little bit, so pardon me. But thank you for the channel memberships and I suck at pronouncing shit. Feldegast, I guess. Yeah.
Feldegast.
Gifted 5 enemy from within memberships. I appreciate that. Thank you for your support. And this one is for you, Guard the Leaf. But we could both respond to that, but go for it.
Yeah. So thanks very much, Echo Beef. He's been one of my longtime viewers. Thanks for the $2. Do you think this could lead to a U.S. depression? Yes. I mean, the way we're going right now, the U.S. is not making any friends at the moment. So my concern is that yes, the U.S. will probably lead into a depression, but what about the rest of the world? It's going to take us down as well. So
absolutely.
That's my thought.
Yeah, I 100% believe that that's either here or that it's coming. And the unfortunate thing is it's going to depend on who you ask. You know, if you're a Trump supporter, it will still be the greatest economy that has ever existed. So more frustration on the horizon is what I'm saying. Yep. Depends who you ask. I mean, the excuses these days are just absolutely insane. I talked about in a video recently where I kind of fucked up, but somebody was telling me that it doesn't matter as a trucker that fuel prices are higher because fuel prices are 100% tax deductible is the word they use, Guard the Leaf. And I fucked up because I had considered it as like a normal expense where I grab my receipt, I hand it to the accountant, and I don't know, I'm not a tax professional, but roughly let's say 35% is your tax deduction for the expense you just had. Well, it's still an expense. So every dollar you get a 30-cent tax deduction. What are we actually talking about here? And I misunderstood it as that is how taxes work on fuel, and I was wrong. A lot of viewers had corrected me, which I always welcome when I'm fucking up. And they said, no, what it does is it comes out like before your deductions, if I understand what they were saying, and it lowers your taxable income. Only a fucking Trump supporter could say, hey, my income was lowered. That's so fantastic. It's such a great thing, But yes, U.S. depression. Yeah, I mean, it's 100% possible that we're like already there. I don't know the specifics on how depression is something like what 2 quarters of negative GDP, or is that a recession? I don't remember.
I don't remember. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, 100%. Long-winded, yes, on my end. So, you got Jay Davis with the hell yeah, Jay Davis hooking you up with $25.
Thank you, Jay Davis. Appreciate the $24.99, and thank you for supporting my channel. Yeah, and also subscribe to Josh's as well if you haven't done so yet.
And subscribe to Guard the Leaf if you haven't done so from my side. He does get a little worked up sometimes. I think we all do. But listening to him talk when he does get frustrated with the do nothing Americans, he's not referring to the do something Americans. And I don't know. It's a tough thing right now because we do have a lot of people pissed off at the United States in general, and I totally fucking get that, guard the leaf. I understand that. But it does get tough sometimes because there are those of us that are doing our best and trying to just navigate this. And yeah, when we come under fire, it's kind of a tough thing to deal with. But anyways, I subscribe to both channels is what I meant to say. Guard the leaf means no harm when he gets frustrated. And the thing that really sucks is when people do those super stickers, StreamYard doesn't show them. It just says super sticker. So it's actually an animation that pops up on the YouTube side of the screen.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh,
Yeah.
I can't see that either, so I'm not too sure what it is.
Yeah. So it just says super sticker. Unfortunately, StreamYard has not caught up to those.
Well, thank you, Jay Davis. Appreciate it.
Yep, appreciate it. I got a channel membership from Valita Bennett. I hope I got that one right too. I'm the worst at if it's not like a very basic word, I can't pronounce names to save my life. So I feel like I got that one right. Thank you for the channel membership. Appreciate you. And we got YUL Spotter over on the Guard the Leaf side, a huge supporter of both channels.
Thank you, YO Spotter, for the 5. FYI, all airport vehicles that circulate on runways, aprons, taxiways in Canada are mandated to have transponders. Why not in the US? So that's a good question. And, that's, I mean, obviously, I think everybody's heard about the Air Canada incident at LaGuardia. And, the fact that the fire truck did not have a transponder, it makes you wonder, how many other fire trucks around the world, or not the world, but in the US also do not have transponders, right? So, I hope something comes out of this in terms of more checks and mandates for things, or just daily maintenance to make sure that these transponders are actually working, right? So it's a good question. And I think my video today, I hope it makes people kind of wonder, is the United States still safe to fly in, right? And I'm not fear mongering here, but at the same time as well, these are kind of basic things in operations that you would have checked. And you're right, YUL Spotter. I mean, if we have it mandated in Canada, is it mandated in the US? And if it's not, what are they going to do about it, right? So
I don't know much about that, but the answer to what are they going to do about it, nothing is your answer. We are in the most backwards fucking country. I cannot believe the stupidity coming out of this place. I don't know much about the airports and the transponders, but I guess maybe I have sort of a related topic I covered in a video recently, where I don't know if you caught that video, but a Republican, I believe congressman out of Georgia, I don't remember his name, Mike something, has come up with a brilliant plan, Guard the Leaf, to save truck drivers a ton of money, because he's figured that the cost of doing business as a truck driver is just way too high, and he's right about that. It is way too high. So I think it relates, because in our backwards country, we're not going to put transponders on the shit. I don't know enough about it to speak too much on it, the transponders. But his brilliant idea was to get rid of all the emission systems on trucks, the DEF, the DPF systems that stop us from blowing black clouds of smoke out of our truck, right? Really, Mike, you're a Republican, and the thing that has caused our prices to rise dramatically is the war that Donald Trump started. You're in a position to fucking stop it, and you go, you know what we're gonna do instead of stop the war? We're gonna blow black clouds of smoke everywhere, and that's really gonna drive the cost down. Motherfuck. So are we gonna enforce the use of transponders? No, of course we're not. Are we going to do the right thing in any scenario right now? The answer is no. We're not. So
and I mean, the aviation industry in your country right now is definitely under the microscope. But even especially with this incident at LaGuardia, the TSA issues. And there was another close call in California as well. I had that in my video today, and it just makes you wonder, when is the next incident going to happen, right? And for the specific air traffic controller that was handling it, I mean, I've mentioned in my videos, I personally don't blame him. Obviously, he was the one that gave the call to have the fire truck cross the runway, but at the same time as well, from what I know, he was doing basically two people's jobs, right? So
Mhm.
you can't, in my opinion, I can't really fault somebody that is doing multiple jobs when there's supposed to be, um, multiple people doing it. So
Right.
for me as a traveler, I'm going to be avoiding the US. I mean, I'm avoiding it anyways, but I emphasize on my channel that if you are going to be, say, flying over to the US and going to, say, Mexico or somewhere in the Caribbean or Costa Rica or something, don't do a stopover in the US. Multiple
Mhm.
reasons why. One, for safety. Two, TSA. Right.
Right. Right. No,
So
absolutely. No, I agree with that. I mean, it was what was it? God, at the beginning of Donald Trump's term, which feels like fucking years ago at this point.
it's only been
I
14 months.
I know. I don't remember the specifics, but I think air traffic controllers were part of the Doge cuts. Air traffic controllers, waste, fraud, and abuse, of course, of course.
Yeah.
And then the planes started falling out of the sky, and we just sit around looking fucking dumb. And that was a
Yeah.
tough one too, because when I was covering that on my channel, people are like, "Oh, you're really gonna blame Donald Trump for this?" Like, yeah, we didn't have planes wrecking every other fucking day before we did this shit. Of course I'm gonna blame him for it. It's his fault.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
drives me nuts.
Yeah.
This one is coming from your side to Guard the Leaf.
Thank you, Arbutus RM. Thank you for the 10. Two people and myself each suggested in your last podcast. Oh, thank you, Arbutus. Yeah, so he suggested I go portrait rather than landscape. So I'm actually
Mhm.
watching all the chats in the window right now on the vertical monitor. So it's definitely helping right now. So
Nice.
I will try. Yeah, I mean, get one of your monitors and flip it around vertical, and that
Yeah.
way you'll be able to see more of the chat. So
I saw this fucking monitor yesterday. I went to Best Buy for, of all things, a goddamn vacuum cleaner, which isn't near as fun as the stuff you can get into in a Best Buy. But I saw this goddamn curved monitor that was like as long as my desk. It was like $1,500 or something. I was like, that is
wow.
nuts. That is
Wow.
insane. But if I turn that one vertical, it'd probably run into my ceiling, I'd imagine.
Yeah, no,
But I did.
the vertical monitor I have it's a 27-inch monitor, and I just flipped it vertical, and it just shows more of the chat that's going right now because it's going pretty fast. So
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm
yeah,
just in this little corner here, so rearranging shit is like a real pain in the ass, but not a bad idea at all, at
yeah.
all.
Thanks,
We've
Arvidas.
got yeah, appreciate it. We've got two for you coming up. There you go, new membership.
Oh, thank you, Feldafast. Is that on my side? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Th-
yep.
Thank you very much, Feldafast, for the becoming a member.
And they also gifted 5. How about
Wow,
that?
thanks for
How
gifting
about
5.
that?
I
Yeah,
still don't know.
absolutely.
I mean, I should take some time to understand what gifting means, but you kind of explained it on the last one. But appreciate you gifting it to other Guard the Leaf community members.
Yep, that's basically it. They push the button where they can gift the memberships, and they basically cover the cost of 5 random people to have a membership to your channel for a month, and that's the whole thing. That's it.
Wow, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yep, absolutely. And this one is for you too, Guard the Leaf.
Oh, thank you very much, Piper Sol 6761. Appreciate the 20. Thanks for all you do. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't like being in the spotlight, and it's just me kind of venting. That's what my channel really is, and calling things out. But I do appreciate the support that you have for my channel. So
Hell yeah, absolutely. And I got one here. God's Warrior with the $10 says, "Why do truckers run engines overnight while sleeping when the weather is perfectly fine outside? No need for AC or heat inside the cabin. Do you do this?" I do not do that because my truck has what's called an APU. It's similar to a generator that's strapped onto the back of the truck that runs your electric, your AC, your heat, and all that while the truck is off. A much smaller engine, much more fuel efficient. But uh, I guess for each person, it's going to be different if you need heat or AC. Like I'm a bitch when I'm even a little bit cold. I fucking hate that. So I guess everybody's going to have a different preference on their their temperature settings. And the temperature difference inside the cab of the truck can be wildly different from what's going on outside. If you're pulling like a reefer unit and it's got that diesel engine right behind the cab of your truck letting off heat, the heat off the blacktop that you're parked on, the temperature can vary wildly. So your only option if you don't have an APU is to idle your truck. It's not the greatest system ever, but it's kind of what we got sometimes. So that's my answer. That's my answer. Nice. And this one is for you, sir.
Another one from Echo Beef. Thank you very much for the 2. They can't fire you if you all walk out at once. Yeah, I mean, I think this is talking about the general strike that's happening on May 1st. And I mean, what is the company going to do? I mean, if everybody decides to walk out on one day, I mean, obviously, I guess maybe there's going to be some HR repercussions after, but I also feel too, like you do have to feel some pain. And if your country wants to have some sort of change, people need to get out of their comfort zone. But Paul Lance's video, just watch Paul Lance's video. I agree with everything he said. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, we are at that point. I did see the comments earlier that a lot of people are struggling, and trust me, I fucking understand every bit of that. I really do. I would like to see a lot of people willing to take that hit and make it hurt financially for the people that are in charge of our country, to this point, if they want to fire the whole office or whatever that walks out, that's an HR fucking nightmare, as they've got to hire and do orientation and go through all the paperwork for a whole new staff. I mean, hiring is a very expensive endeavor for companies out there, which is shocking when you think about it. Like, we don't want to pay a living wage in this fucking country. We just want to let people quit and hire the next asshole that walks through the door. And companies I'm not an economist by any means, but from my understanding is companies would do a lot better financially if they actively work to retain their employees. But that's a whole different topic, I suppose. But yeah, it's a good point. It's with the truckers, right? If the truckers would just, a good portion of us would just shut down and say, hey, we're not working. Even if we're just saying it's the high diesel prices, we're not working. Well, the war's got to end for these diesel prices to come back down. And if a large percentage of us just said, we can't afford to do this and shut down, I mean, the process for training a new truck driver is too long and too expensive for them to just say, well, fuck it, then we'll just hire new drivers. They're going to go through at least 3 weeks of truck driving school, which is short. Like a guy that got in there and got his shit together and did it right. And then he's never drove a truck before. He goes through trucking school. Then he's going to spend, depending on the company, anywhere between a month and 3 months with a trainer before he's ready to go solo. And the option is to get your shit together and do the right thing, or spend however many months training a whole new workforce. Yep. Carlito says only 3 weeks. Yeah, it's a shit show. 3 weeks to train a person to get them a CDL, and then I'd say at very least another month of being with a trainer out on the road before they're ready to drive. So we're pushing 2 months to train an entire new workforce. Who's going to cave first on that? Really, the truck drivers or the corporations out there? It's going to be them. It's going to be them. So. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of fucking balls from a lot of people. I understand the paycheck to paycheck living, but we either do or we don't at this point is where I'm at.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Long-winded responses from me today, huh? So here you go. You got a new member.
Oh, thank you very much, Lileto. I'm just as bad of names as you are. So, but yeah, I appreciate becoming a member to my channel. Like I said, I'm really bad with names. I mean, in my videos, you notice that I have different backdrops from the community, and I'm getting backdrops from places in Canada that I've never heard of before, and I'm always Googling to find out where they are. And some of them, I totally do not know how to pronounce. And like today's video, I think one of them, the person who submitted it to me, they know I can't pronounce the name, and they actually told me how to pronounce it. And it was like the person's like, all you have to do is say Kitty Vitty, and that's all it is, and that's how it is. So the
Right.
city or the town that I showed was called Kitty Vitty, and that's in Canada. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and YouTube fucked around and changed everybody's name to their handle. I think it was a change for the worst, honestly, because that might not even be their screen name on here. It's just the handle they were able to get in a lot of cases. And it's I know I bring it up a lot. It's kind of hilarious, but kind of like fucks me over sometimes too, because my handle is different from the channel name, to the point now that if you're using mobile to watch my videos, people think my channel name is Eating the Cats, which is hilarious. I fucking love it. But it's not my channel.
Don't eat my cat.
Yeah. Yeah, yours is safe. Right. Speaking of, there you go.
Treats for the cats. Oh, thank you, Arbutus. I'll make sure the cat gets something. The treats, I have some treats right now handy, so then that way if she starts acting up, I can just drop it on the ground and she eats. But she's kind of just chilling right now, so
yeah,
seems to be okay. But thank you for the 5 for the treats.
Got to get her some of that good catnip, the good shit.
Yeah.
And here you go. You got another. Yeah.
Thank you, CanMath. So CanMath is appreciate the 25 Hong Kong dollar. The day he snuffs, it'll be tacos and beers on the rooftop. Yeah, I think it's going to be a huge celebration, to be honest. I mean, whenever that day comes, everyone's probably just going to be sigh of relief, I guess, right? So,
yeah.
But thank you, CanMath. CanMath is actually Prof K in our Discord server, so I think it's one of our moderators.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I was a little more active on the Discord. I'm just so exhausted a lot of the times, and I hate to get in there and like jump into a conversation and then like get tired or pass the fuck out. Things are a little overwhelming sometimes. It's like DMs here and over on Blue Sky, and I love all of it. It's great, but sometimes I'm just like, fuck, I'm tired. But we started playing a game over there for anyone that wants to join the goddamn game with me. we've started playing a game called Throne and Liberty, which is a massive multiplayer, and I'm having fun with it. I don't play as much when I'm home because I'm gone for a month, so I have a lot of projects around here to do when I get here. But god damn it, I just need literally like 20 people that actively want to play, and it'll be like fun as shit. So but back to the point, tacos, beers, and I'm gonna be doing some redneck shit. Like I'm the people I've made fun of, the rednecks that cross state lines for the good fireworks, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna be doing that. So redneck shit all around. I agree, CanMath. I agree with all that. On to the next. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This one is for you also.
Oh, thank you, Mark Piran, for the 20 Canadian. Keep up the good work, guys. I watch your video every morning while I pretend I'm working. Thank you, thank you very much for the support for both of our channels. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely appreciate it. I pretend I'm working a lot too. So yeah, I get it though. You know what? That's a good way to like stick it to the man a little bit too, though, is be a little less productive. Maybe have a project take a little bit fucking longer. Maybe suck up some resources. Like if you can't, you know what? That might be a good compromise there. Guard the Leaf. If you can't do the protest, what are we calling it? The strike that we believe is May 1st, and I'm going to follow up on that. Then maybe just half-ass your job that day. Go, show up and get paid, and like do the bare fucking minimum. If you have to go to work, you could protest a little bit that way. How about that? Is that a good compromise, everyone? I'm watching the comments over on this side. Is that a good compromise?
I think it's a brilliant idea. I mean, if you really can't afford to not leave work, I mean, this is not advice, but what I would do is just kind of go at like a quarter speed.
Yeah, unless let's carve out some exceptions here. If you work in the medical field, maybe
Yeah.
maybe
Medical might be, it's different, right? But I
yeah,
mean, but if you're
maybe
working for one of the big billionaire companies, I would be like going at like 25% speed.
yeah, maybe a couple rookie mistakes here and there, like, oh
Yeah,
fuck, I should have known better, silly me,
yeah,
set the production line back by a couple hours. It's what's the harm, you
yeah.
know.
But thank you very much, Mark.
Yep, appreciate it. This is on my side, Can Mav. Appreciate it. Donated to Guard the Leaf. Now one for Josh. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for that support. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for the support to both channels. We built these channels together, man. It's been a pretty awesome ride doing
I
that.
think it was really cool that both of us hit 100,000 on the same day.
Same fucking day. Same
Yeah,
fucking
same
day.
day, both of us hit 100,000 subscribers. So that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. It was a rough day for me, Guard the Leaf, because I woke up that morning and I had like 99,997. I'm like, today's gonna be my fucking day. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And then I refreshed down to 995. I'm like, fuck. Okay, it's only 5 subscribers, right? Then I refresh 998. Motherfuck, we're so close.
Yeah.
Then I refresh 989. Fuck my life. And literally it took till like 11 o'clock that night. I was chilling in the truck and I was like, you're really gonna make me wait till tomorrow. This is fucking absurd. 999. And I just, you slide down to refresh on the phone, right? And I kept refreshing over and over. And I tell you, I'm not above saying it. When I finally swiped it and it hit that 100,000, tears. I wept in my truck. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Wild shit. It was crazy. But
I was asleep when mine happened. So I woke up the next
sucks.
morning. Yeah. It happens. So, I mean, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a cool milestone that I think it was even cooler that we both hit it on the same day. So
Yeah, absolutely. That was awesome, man. That was good.
Yeah.
What do we got here? This is my side, Piper, with thank you, Josh. Sorry, it's not more. Thank you for the support. Don't apologize that it's not more. Please. I appreciate the support. And thank you. I know a lot of people are struggling. As a matter of fact, on one video, I was getting a lot of super thanks coming in on the video before that. And I was talking about the high gas prices and how we're going to see it in the grocery stores through higher diesel prices. And I said in the video, do not send super thanks on this video. Keep your money. So thank you. And don't apologize for it not being more. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. And we've got Jay Davis, my side, with the $25. Thank you, Jay Davis. Appreciate you. I think I actually caught your super sticker on the actual YouTube comments. It's way up there now, but you won't see it on fucking StreamYard. But you will see it.
I don't see it on my side. It just says super sticker.
Yep. Appreciate you though, Jay Davis. Thank you for the support. And this is over on your side from the chatbot.
Oh, thank you very much, chatbot, for becoming a member. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we've got one of my very, very loyal subscribers. I don't know if that's the way to say that. I feel bad saying that sometimes. You're very loyal to me, but definitely a longtime subscriber, very supportive of the channel. Maybe that's a better way to say it. I suck at words sometimes. But Bartender's Daughter with $5. Thank you. If we're going to war, we should fill it at every level of our lives. We've been too comfortable for too long at everyone else's expense. I can't say that I disagree with this. One of the things that I'm struggling with right now is, yes, in the United States, we are getting hit hard. We're feeling the results of it. But then you listen to people around the world tell you what they're dealing with. And from some countries, I'm getting the translation to be around $9-10 a gallon for diesel. And we're sitting there in the $5-6 range. The fact that we're somehow shielded from the bulk of the destruction is disturbing to a point. It's our government went out and started this shit, and we get to still be insulated somehow. And you're 100% right in the sense that we need to feel some discomfort, and we need to, if you're referring to the general strike, a lot of people are going to have to take the hit. I'm planning to. As long as this looks like it's going to be a thing, I will shut down the truck. I'm actually going to extend it. I think. Fuck it. I'll take off the following Monday too, and just sit around here. So I agree with your statement. Anything to add there, Godleaf? Are you good?
No, I'm thinking right now. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
I think, yeah. I mean, it just really comes down to, getting out of your comfort zone, right? And I'm just gonna say it again. I mean, just refer to Paul Lance's video, because he basically says the same thing. Is that everybody. The biggest takeaway that he had in his video that I still remember in my head is when he says, "Great, everybody went to attend the No Kings protest, but then you go back to work on Monday and forget about it for the next 3 months," right? So, bartender's daughter's right. I think people have to get out of their comfort zone, and you might have to take a hit for a day, right? So,
yeah, I agree. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot of people out there, but that's just kind of where I'm at. If we continue to how do I want to say this, ignore it and not take the hit coming down the line is going to be so much worse, so much fucking worse. And I say that as an owner operator truck driver. I have weekly bills that have to be paid to keep my business afloat, and I'll shut it down. I will be here as long as this is going to be a thing. I'm going to follow up on it, and this all looks legit to me. I'm going to be pushing it on my channel. Like I said, it's going to be a tough thing for me, but I do know of a few subscribers that have been around my channel for a long time, that I trust, that I've got to know. I'm not going to name names on here, but if like 2 or 3 people that I've got to know on the channel reached out and said, I can't afford to take this off, then we're going to have a conversation. Hey, what are you losing out on that day? I can only afford to fund 2-3 people. Right. I don't know if that's a good solution, but let me help you. You take the fucking day off. And it'll be me and the 2-3 people I can help fund for that day. Hey, if more people can do that, how many people can we help get out of work for that day? I don't know if that's a good solution, but it's just kind of off the top of my head. I can help with that. My dog's lost his fucking mind. Okay, he's done. He's a very curious dog. I think he's got like PTSD or some shit. He's a lunatic. But he's out exploring right now. But
the co-host is starting to move again. I'm a little bit worried.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good solution. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense. Give me some feedback comments if you think that's a good solution. But I'm willing to not only shut myself down for that day if that's what we're doing, but also willing to help a few other people that would need the financial support to do it too. And if every content creator out there was able to extend that to just a couple people, that might be something. That might be something. But the discomfort, we're going to have to feel it if we're going to make a point. So on to the next, because I'm going to get real long-winded with that one. This is coming from your side.
Arbutus again with a 5. Appreciate it. What is better, eating a day's pay or watching your country crash and your job gone for good? It's a good point. Again, this comes back to people getting out of their comfort zone, I guess. And, a day's pay for me. I mean, if I was in the U.S. and if I was a U.S. citizen and, May 1st came around, I would take a day off and, just make a stand. And, at least for me, it would, I feel I would be making noise about it in my workplace as well. Right? So it's not like something I'm just going to quietly do. I'm going to be making noise about it.
Yeah, let me ask you on that note. I understand fully that this was started by the United States. I understand every fucking bit of that. But with the global economy so interconnected, is it beneficial for other countries to participate in this also if they're able to? Keep in mind, I'm not asking you to come to my rescue. I'm just saying, is it beneficial for people around the world to also participate in said strike?
I don't think it. I mean, this is just my opinion, but for me, being a Canadian, whether I live in Canada or right now I'm living in Malaysia, it wouldn't be beneficial for me to leave to have a general strike. And to be honest, I wouldn't do it because at the same as well, it's not my fight, I guess, right?
Sure.
But what we will do is, even in the company I'm working with right now, we're starting to move away from U.S. technology, right? So some of our suppliers and things, we're instead of buying from U.S. suppliers, we're starting to buy from European suppliers, right? So that is how I think the rest of the world can help. Is you know, I feel like I don't need to strike against my employer because my employer has nothing to do with the billionaires. But what we can do as a global community is just to cut off anything that relates to the United States. Now, I know a
Sure.
lot of the haters are probably going to say, "Well, that's hypocritical of you, GTL, because you're on YouTube right now." But how else am I going to get my message out right now? And the problem it's happening is that when it comes to technology, there's so much that is intertwined into the U.S. And you got the big companies like Microsoft, Google, and Apple. They're all U.S. based companies, right? Cloudflare as well. I mean, anytime we have a global internet outage, it's going to be Cloudflare, and they're a pain in the ass for anyone that's in IT, including me. So,
Right.
it's something where this is just me. I don't feel I need to have, like, if you guys go on a general strike on May 1st, I won't be leaving my job. But
Fair.
what you said earlier about extending assistance to people in the U.S. I mean, I do have a few U.S. Um, subscribers that I talk to on a daily basis. If they ever ask, then I will support them.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, asking anyone to come to our rescue. That would be absolutely insane. I was just curious if like that is beneficial, like, because you got like the billionaires, Google, Facebook, shit like that. I imagine has jobs all around the globe, and in those
Yeah. Well,
situations,
I guess on that point, like if you work for a bank, let's say for example, you work for a Bank of America and they got a branch somewhere in Europe, then maybe you can, right? Or if you work for Google or Microsoft and you're based in, like, say, Singapore or Hong Kong or something, then sure.
Okay.
But for me personally, and I think for quite a few people that don't have jobs that are attached to the U.S., it doesn't make sense for us. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna follow up on that. I just read the headline, but if this is a legit thing, I'm 100% like pushing
yeah,
this on
I
my
mean, I'm rooting
channel.
for the U.S. to be honest. I mean, it might seem like on my channel that I hate the U.S., but I really don't. And everything I say is really just to try to see if I can, build momentum on not hating the U.S., but trying to get the wheels in motion, right? So,
Right. Yep. Absolutely.
uh,
Absolutely. All right. On to the next. This one coming from your side too. Also, guard the leaf.
oh, okay. Thank you very much, John D, for the 10. It scares me to think how much worse it has to get before most of the non-MAGA U.S. citizens start to protest strongly and consistently. And will that even work? Well, like we said, I mean, it's definitely a hot topic right now. I mean, I don't. If you're on social media or Reddit or anything else, yes, the No Kings protests happen. Yes, there's a lot of people that are, saying, "Yay, job well done." But I'm noticing around this time, there's a lot more people saying, "Okay, great, you guys protested. Now what?" Right? So it's something that I think the first time, yeah, it had a lot of momentum. Second time, it's like, okay, and now it's like, okay, now what? Right? So I think, hopefully, this May 1st general strike that is planned is the next step up, and I'm rooting for you guys. So, but thanks very much, John. And yeah, you're right. I think the next phase has to be a general strike, if you ask me. So,
Yeah. I. Um. Oh, he's asking about non-MAGA. I kind of misread that. I thought he was asking
yeah.
how long before MAGA. Hello, hello, sir. Can you get in the camera so everyone can see you? Come on, come on up here. Oh, come on. Okay, he's too short. You might have saw a little bit of him on the screen.
I saw a bit of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he meant not non-MAGAs. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Non-MAGA is confusing. Hello. Here, you want to come? Oh, fuck. You just ripped my headphones out. Hold on. You're a fucking lunatic. Bro. Hold on. I can't hear anything if you're talking.
no, yeah. No,
All
I'm just
right.
waiting for you.
Yeah, it scares me to think how much worse it has to get. I'm just kind of recapping non-MAGA US citizens. Yeah, I guess we're kind of in the non-voter, I'm not political group at that point. And to me, it's getting to the point where it's just as bad as the MAGA movement. If you're still non-political at this point, what are you fucking doing? Like, what's going
That's
on
the
with you?
group that really irks me right now. So
Yeah,
because they
exactly.
can make it, to be honest, the people who say I'm not political, or I don't talk politics, or I stay out of it, those are the ones that could actually make a difference when it comes to
Yeah,
voting. So
100%, 100%. And I know that a lot of MAGA dorks out there are saying that they're not political to avoid confrontation these days.
yep.
Um, but yeah, the people that are non-political in this point in American history, what's it going to take for them to pay attention? I don't
Hmm.
fucking know. I have no
Yep.
clue. Because like the fact that they're not tying all of what's going on into politics right now is like shocking on its own.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if they are just as hopeless as the MAGA movement. I
Yeah.
really do. Um,
Yeah,
it's
and
hard to say.
that was actually part of the point of my No Kings video that people didn't like. I think I lost about 200 people or 200 subs on that video, so
You know,
they
it
just
happens.
didn't like to hear what they didn't like to hear the truth, apparently.
It happens, man. It's
Yeah.
200's a big drop. That would probably be pretty discouraging. But I did kind of see, not going to make a big deal out of it, but sort of a back and forth with you on the Discord, where someone, I guess from what I was getting from the conversation, wanted you to acknowledge that you weren't talking about all Americans, and it seemed like you were acknowledging that, and it still wasn't a good enough answer. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I want to thank the mods for that, because they kind of helped step up, and it was a long day for me. And I think it was one of those things where I was as clear as possible, but even in my response to the person on the Discord server, I told them straight up, but they started going off onto a different tangent. And one of my viewers on my side, Gene, was really kind of putting it out there, and kind of laying out exactly what I mean. And even he got frustrated as well. So there's just some people I think you can't really there's no getting through to them. So
yeah, it's a tough thing because I take a lot of shit from a lot of people. There was a time, Guard the Leaf, where I was saying that people around the world are frustrated, and I'm just gonna let them be mad. A lot of people are just looking for the closest American to be mad at, and I do
yeah,
understand that. But it's gotten to the point where like, okay, I'm sick of it now. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah.
One of the ones I got recently was like, have you Americans even heard of the French Revolution? And I'm like, God, let me Google this real quick, just so I can get a little clarity. I'm trying to type too fast.
Yeah.
When was the French Revolution? So 1789 until 1799. The world was a different place. You
Yeah.
didn't have fucking drones ready to mow down 1 million people in any given second.
Yeah.
So it's to me, like I understand the frustration around the world. I 100% understand it. But
Mhm.
asking the resistance that is in the United States to go on a suicide mission gets rid of the resistance inside the United
Yeah, no,
States.
that's just asking for trouble, right?
Yeah.
And there should be nothing. I mean, this actually brings up a point. There was another person in the Discord server that just wanted pure violence, and this surprisingly, this person was from Canada, right? And he voluntarily removed himself from the server, and I told him, I'm not standing for this. No, nothing, none of my videos. I condone it. I do not expect any U.S. citizen to go violent in the U.S. And
Mhm.
it's not the right thing to do, right? And unfortunately, there are people on both sides of the border that believe that violence is the only way, but
Mhm.
it's not. And it's just going to cause more problems, if you ask me. So
I don't think getting the people killed that are opposed to Trump is a good solution because
yep.
like we're not here. That's just one less roadblock to everything
Yep.
going on.
Yep.
So I've gotten to the point where it's like getting a little bit frustrating because like the questions about what have you done, and it's like, well, I could go through a whole fucking
Mhm.
list of things that I've done. Um, in a non-violent way, off the top of my head, I sent $1,000 of my own money to I donated it to Gavin Newsom's Prop 50, which fought back against the gerrymandering they were doing in Texas. And the gerrymandering has backfired massively as far as we can tell. We haven't got to the midterms yet. But their gerrymandering of Texas looks like a complete failure because they were betting on the Hispanic vote showing up for Donald Trump again. Well, it turns out when you start kidnapping people's grandmothers, you lose them.
They don't like it.
Yeah, you lose them as voters. So, I mean, that's just one example of that was a major win, you know. And that's not to say that I'm, you know, licking the balls of Gavin Newsom. People get that all fucked up. This particular move by Gavin Newsom was a good one, you know. So, you know, and I could rattle off a whole list of everything I've done. And when I do, still not good enough. Still not fucking good enough. I just offered to fund 2 to 3 people, additional people on top of myself to fucking participate in this general strike. I mean,
I think it comes down to the fact that, you know, everything is happening within the United States right now. And it's gotten to that point, especially with the Strait of Hormuz being closed. It's now affecting the rest of the world. Right. And, you know, for me, I technically I am on the outside as well. You know, we just want to see something happen, right? And you know, when I say I want to see something happen, it's not like, you know, storm the White House with your M4s or whatever. It's, you know, gathering people to make a change and actually doing something versus just like a quarterly protest, right? And again, you know, that probably right there might sound bad to some people that are actually, you know, in the resistance, because, you know, it kind of, I can see it in a way, it does kind of downplay what the No Kings protest is, but it's really more to get more of your fellow citizens, the apathetic ones, to kind of join in, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's why if we're going to do this fucking general strike, even for a day, that will be actual fucking action. That will be us actually responding. So, like I said, I'll keep an eye on it. And if I can get to the bottom of this is a real thing that's going on, because I'm so nervous of the internet these days. You know, that's actual action. I'm a fan of the No Kings. I think it's good to go out there and make your voice heard. I just think it's not necessarily impactful enough when you do it on a Saturday. You know, it's just not enough. Look, we got our signs. We are very dissatisfied with Donald Trump, and then what?
Yeah.
Do you think he gives a fuck? You know,
I mean, think he was golfing. I think he was golfing at the time, so he pretty much ignored the whole thing, right? So,
right. I think it hurt his ego, like the first one, maybe. And then after that, like he's like, oh, who gives a fuck? You know. So moving on to the next comment. Let's see. Emma with the damn it. That's my lucky number right there. Every time I start seeing that come up, I know it sounds weird. Yeah, but I start seeing it come up in huge numbers, and a lot of shit starts to change. I know that sounds fucking strange, but here I see it again for like the third time today. So
you're talking about like repeating numbers, right?
Yeah, that number in particular. And while I look like the white people version of Jesus Christ over here. So, but I appreciate that, Emma. She says, you two make a great combination. Like if Malcolm X and Martin Luther King joined forces. Josh is definitely Malcolm. Big up from Toronto. Well, those are big shoes to fill, for sure.
Very big shoes, and I don't think I can be compared to them, but appreciate it.
That's a big one. I used to have a viewer on my trucking channel, because I would get into some rants over there for sure. That used to call me, what do you call me, Martin Luther truck guy or something like that. But big shoes to fill. I definitely don't want to say that I'm on their level, but I appreciate it. Those were guys that put their asses on the line to stand up for what they thought was right. And I guess to a point I do that because some morbidly obese trucker has threatened to kick my ass on multiple occasions. But it's not the same. I think I'll be all right if that fight pops off. So
take care of yourself out there, man.
Yeah, I tell you, it's wild. But I had a super cool interaction. I don't know if dude's watching right now, but I was parked at a receiver waiting for them to unload my trailer, and some trucker started walking over to my truck, and he was kind of walking over real slowly, staring at me, and I get nervous when the truckers start walking up on me. I'm like, here the fuck we go, here we go. And I rolled down the window, said what's up to the guy, and he goes, you're the enemy from within, right? And I said, yeah. He's like, dude, I fucking love it. He said, I watch your channel every day, I agree with what you have to say. I said, are you another truck driver? You're another trucker? He said, yeah, man, I am. I said, I rarely hear that from truck drivers. And no, he said he watches every day. He said he, for the most part agrees. Sometimes I miss the mark on some things I say, and I think that's all right. And I had asked him, I said, did you come over from the old channel? Because when I started this channel, a lot of truckers came over. Mostly to hate watch and try to like bully me off of YouTube. And the cool thing about it is he had no idea about the old channel. He's like, there was an old channel. So he just naturally found this channel, and he's a truck driver also. Nice. So that was really cool. That was a really, really cool interaction, because when a trucker starts walking up on my truck, I'm like, fuck, is this it? we about to do this thing? So yeah.
Yeah, your industry.
Yeah, exactly. But thank you, Emma. We have I can't speak for both of us, but I have a long ways to go before I'm anywhere near the balls that those two gentlemen had on them. So
ditto over here.
Yeah, a long ways to go. We got Renee with the $5. Thank you, Renee. Appreciate it. And she got one on your side also.
Thank you very much, Renee. Really appreciate it.
Oh my fucking God, my vape is dead, and I don't have a charger near me. Let me see if we got one. Tell you what, let me pop this up on the screen, and I need to go find a charger because I'm an absolute lunatic without my nicotine. So I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, John, again for the 10. It's for Josh, but he just took off. I'll read it out anyways. Josh is showing me a lot of shorts of U.S. dash cams accidents, most recorded by truckers. Holy shite. Why don't people in the trucks can't stop on a dime? Everyone say out safely. I've actually seen a few of those as well. Like dash cams, people, they'll brake check a semi truck. I mean, what are you thinking when you're brake checking a semi truck? And I don't understand it. I mean, it's one of those things where you're not gonna win. And if you're in a truck and you could decide to cut in front of or if you're in a car and you decide to cut in front of a truck, you're not going to win that. So, Josh, if you can hear me, this one, it's for you. I don't think he has his headphones on. He must still be looking for his battery or his cable, but yeah, thanks very much, John. And just for the rest of the audience, John's been a long-time viewer. I think he's been following my channel almost since the beginning. So really appreciate your support for my channel. So you back?
Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm a true professional.
Yeah, it's all good. He just mentioned about the U.S. dash cam accidents. So.
Oh, yeah, let me look at that. YouTube is showing me lots of shorts, U.S. dash cam accidents, most recorded by truckers. Holy shit. Why don't people know that truckers can't stop on a dime? Everyone stay safe out there. Yeah, it's a fucking thing. I don't know how to explain what's going on. Somebody asked me about like if I get sick of people doing stupid shit on the road. And my answer to that was I've been doing this long enough that I know they're going to do some stupid shit before they know. It's actually pretty predictable. But a lot of the time, unfortunately, when I see people doing wild shit, either they're from Texas and Texans can't fucking drive to save their lives. Sorry, Texans, if you're watching. Or they're face first in their fucking cell phone while driving down the road. Absolutely insane. Yeah. Absolutely insane. But I think that people are just oblivious to the fact that they're in cars these days.
Yeah.
They just have no idea. So, yeah, and most trucks have dash cams because we need them. The lawyers will tear our asses up if we don't have video proof of what happened. So
that's true. It's always good to have a dash cam these days.
It is absolutely. Yeah. But no, I mean, people are just assholes on the road. We live in a country of very selfish people. not all Americans. I'm not sure if I had to say that or not, but just do not give a fuck about what's going on outside their own car, where you can be killed immediately. So, yeah, it's wild. God's Warrior with the $10. What is your opinion about driving trucks with a big dog inside? I see this very often, and saw one time trucker with 3 medium-sized dogs inside the cabin barking and screaming, screaming dogs. Is it lawful? Yeah, it's legal to do that. A lot of truck drivers take dogs with them. Stephanie thought it was funny about me making fun of Texas drivers, and she's from Dallas, so she gets it. Anyways, yeah, it's legal to do that. A lot of truck drivers take dogs with them. I took a dog with me once. It was about the dumbest fucking decision I'd ever made in my life. Of all dog breeds I decided to take on the road with me, I took a husky. Huskies do not like being closed up in a small room. And he was a full-grown husky that thought that it was okay for him to ride on my lap while I was driving. Anyways, the husky got kicked off the truck quickly. I said, I can't have you here. But yeah, it's a lot of work to take a dog with you on the road. You got to stop and let him go to the bathroom. I am kind of getting like half tempted to take one of the cats with me. Loki is our cat. He's a Maine Coon. He's a big boy, and I just absolutely adore him. And I I know big masculine men like me aren't supposed to say that the cat's fucking cool, but I think he's awesome, and I'm trying to talk everyone into letting me take the cat with me. I think he would love that he could climb to the top bunk and, like, ride in the windshield and watch outside and stuff. But
that'll be a good road trip for him.
I can't let Renee's asking to see the cat. I can't let the cat out because the dog's a lunatic. They have to be isolated from each other. So yeah, anyways, yeah, it's legal to do so, but it's a huge pain in the ass also. So it's not for me. We've got, check this out, both channels, Monkey in the Works, new membership.
Thank
my
you,
channel,
Monkey in the Works.
Monkey in the Works, new membership, your channel. Thank you. Appreciate the support.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Lyle with the 5 memberships to the Enemy from Within. Thank you, Lyle. Appreciate it. And check this out. Same for you.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate the gifts.
Hell yeah. And then check this out. You're on a roll here, my friend. Here you go.
Wow.
Here you go.
20 Guardian memberships. Thank you. Really appreciate that, Rod Thunderheart. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah. And you got, look, I told you, you're on a roll. You're on a roll. Here you go.
Wow. I really got to look into these gift things. And I know every live stream I'm clueless about this stuff, but really appreciate it. And in Ken. Sorry if I mispronounced it, but really appreciate it.
And here you go.
Sam's 9729, £5. Appreciate it. Towards a GTL coffee for the legend, Josh Legend 2. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Damn right. Couple of legends here. Couple of legends. Here you go. This coming from your side too, my friend.
It's not a bug. It's a feature. That's awesome. I love the screen name. It's not a bug. It's a feature. Appreciate the $5. It'll take 3.5% of the population to protest non-violently to change the movement. That's 11.9 million Americans. Yeah, I mean, we've got to see if we can get there. I mean, not we, but I mean, you got to see if your country can get there. That's the biggest question right now. Yeah.
I don't know how we get there. I just fucking don't. And I think that it still kind of goes back to the No Kings. If we had 11.9 million people across America show up for the No Kings on a Saturday, I don't know that one makes a difference. I really don't. It's that at least one day general strike that we're talking about. I think that's it. I think that's the one right there. But how do we get 11, almost 12 million Americans to participate in that? To really send the message. I'm just not sure.
I hope it happens, but I mean, it's going to take a lot. So
yeah, absolutely. Mark with the $20 for Trucker Jesus. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that support. I didn't know, not to talk about how I look, but I didn't know that like when I finally did this, I was going to have the Jesus look. I was pleasantly surprised. But
Yeah, you haven't worn the hat in a while.
no, fuck that hat. Don't need it no
Yeah.
more. Don't need it. I do have people ask me to put the hat back on, and I don't know if that's like an insult or they just missed the hat. I'm not real sure. But I think it's great. I hope that it's effective. Like if I look like Jesus over here, will the fucking fake Christians finally start paying attention? I have no idea. I have no fucking clue, but I appreciate
you can fool them and start preaching to them, and they'll be like, oh, okay. So
well, I thought about that is I don't own a Bible, but I would actually need help, like a person to help me research things. But like opening the videos with some sort of scripture that is related to the video I'm going to be talking about, and since so many of my videos are like fly by the seat of my pants, like videos, it'd be really hard to do to have somebody help me research that. But like just to point out the hypocrisy, not because I'm religious, not any of that, but just to point out the hypocrisy, and stand there looking like fucking Jesus and preach to them for a minute and then jump in the video about how they're fucking up. It would be, I don't know if that'd be useful or not, because they don't give a fuck about their own book. Like Rodney said, the Bible is vile. It can be. It absolutely can be in some points for sure. But I don't know how useful, how effective that would be. But it's more mocking their bullshit at this point. Like I need to finish setting up how I used to record my videos in the truck, but I haven't found the right gorilla tape to make it work out. If it doesn't say gorilla, it's not the real shit, But I put a sticker on inside my truck that I showed in one of my videos that will be caught in that camera angle when I can set it up. Did you see the sticker, or do I need to tell you about it?
No, I didn't see the sticker. No, I'll check in one of your videos.
It's a picture of Jesus, with his hands out, and like above it says disappointments, and underneath it says like every one of you or something like that. It's just kind of call out the fake Christians, because the fake Christianity is what's a huge part driving force of what's destroying this fucking country right now. It's a real mess. Anyways, on to the next. This one's on your side. Guard the leaf.
Well, another one from Rod Thunderheart. Wow, thank you for the 50 Canadian. I really appreciate it. Hail GTL and Josh. I'm a retired truck driver now concentrating on my book series, See Through Love. Thank you, GTL, for introducing us to. Thank you, GTL, for introducing all of us to Josh. Everything you say is 1,000%. I agree, sir. Josh too. Don't normally agree, but always, but also love your stories. I really appreciate it. I mean, I'm not always right, and sometimes I do go on a bit of emotions, but I do my best to keep myself at least in check, or neutral. But I'm just kind of expressing my feelings whenever I'm doing a report or an article, and it seems like it is resonating with a lot of people. So I'm glad you supporting my channel and agreeing with what I'm saying. So thank you very much, Rod.
Yep. You don't normally agree with me always. Come on, Rod. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing with you. No, that's I totally accept that. That's sort of the nature of what I do here. Is hope for the fucking best. Hope I don't say a bunch of stupid shit and have to correct myself the next time. But hey, I appreciate the support nonetheless. And it made me think of something when he said he's a retired truck driver concentrating on his book series. I was a little off on this, but I thought that the author of Fight Club was a truck driver, so I Googled it real quick. But the author of Fight Club was actually a diesel mechanic, and he was writing it in between working on his job at a Freightliner in Portland, it says. So just a little piece of trivia, I guess. I always thought he was a truck driver, but he was a truck mechanic. And I was going to say, hey, there's plenty of truckers that wrote books, or at least one. But mechanics apparently.
Well, you can write a book when you retire. You got lots of content, I guess. Yeah.
I'll hire a guy to write it for me. I'm not gonna. That sounds like a lot of work, but that's what I thought of. But thank you, Rod. Sorry about that, Rod. Nonetheless, it is totally okay to not agree with me 100%. 100%. So thank you. Appreciate that. And we've got Rodney with the $10. Thank you, Rodney. Appreciate you. Leave a comment so we can respond, so we can rant and rave. Don't send another $10, but when you do, leave a comment. And Rod is not fucking playing right now. Holy shit. There you go, Guard the Leaf.
Holy shit. Rod, what are you doing, man? Wow. Thank you very much, Rod. I really appreciate it for the 100 Canadian. He says, hey, I'm not a lumberjack or a fur trader. I don't eat blubber or live in... Oh, I know what this is. Or own a dog sled. I don't know Jimmy. I don't know Susie from Canada. Although I am certainly... I'm certain they're really, really nice. I have a prime minister. I'm not a president. I speak English and French. I'm not American. I know where this is from.
Okay.
Do you know where it's from, Josh?
No.
It's the Molson Canadians I Am Canadian commercial. Have you ever seen that before?
No, I don't think so.
I'll DM it to you later, because it's funny. When I started reading it out, I was like, I've heard this somewhere before, but then it kind of clicked in my head where this is from. But it's a Molson Canadian commercial, and this guy's name Joe, or is it Joe or something like that. But he goes off on kind of silent, a little quiet, and then it progressively gets louder to the very end where he screams, "I am Canadian."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll DM you the commercial later. But thank you very much, Rod. I really appreciate the 100.
I see a lot of commenters that are familiar with it also. But I got good news for you, Guard the Leaf.
What?
Rod wasn't done.
Oh, what? Dude, what are you doing, man? Rod,
Rod wasn't done.
Rod, I really thank you for the 100. I mean, I'm gonna put some of this towards the co-host treats, and maybe I'll wear a cat tower or something again. I pronounce about, not a boot. I can proudly stow my country's flag on my backpack. I believe in peacekeeping, not policing. I believe in diversity, not assimilation, and that beaver is truly a proud and noble animal. It's a toque, not a hat. A toque is a hat. A Chesterfield is a couch. Don't tell me you have another one, Rod, because I know this is not finished yet.
We'll see. I'll tell you kind of a funny story, a little bit of an embarrassing story even. When I after one of my first videos about the bullshit Donald Trump was polling with Canada, I gained a bunch of Canadian viewers off of that, as you know, and I
was one of them. I was one of them.
well, I thought I was being clever one day, and people were pointing out that I sound Canadian, apparently, that I have somewhat of a Canadian accent. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not sure. But that's what a lot of people were saying, and I thought I was real clever in the next video. And I said, people think I have a Canadian accent. I don't know what that's about. And I thought it was the funniest shit ever. Bro, I about got my head taken off in the comment section. You need to stop fucking around right now. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's not so clever to pick on people's accents. And oh God, I deserved every bit of it because I was so new to this. And I was like, while my country is threatening your country, maybe there's some things we can joke about. Maybe there's not. But boy,
I think maybe 10 years ago it would have been fine, but nowadays it's a little bit touchy, right? So
yeah, I sure heard about it. So I saw him type that or in the comment, and I'm like, I got a funny story.
Wow, thank you very much, Rod. I really appreciate it, and I have a feeling this is not finished because the commercial's not finished yet.
Oh shit, we'll find out. Only one of us knows the answer to that. Thank you. That's this over on yours. This new membership.
Oh, thank you very much, Thrywin.
Good luck with that name. Hey, you did better than
Thrywin, right? I think I got it right. I'm brutal with names. Everybody on my channel knows that. So, but yeah, appreciate you becoming a member.
Guess what?
What?
Rod's back.
Rod. I don't know what to say, Rod. Thank you very much for the 50. And it's pronounced Z, not Z. Zed. I'm gonna comment on that later. Canada is the second largest landmass, the first nation of hockey, and best part of North America. My name is Rod Thunderheart, and I am Canadian. I really appreciate this, Rod. I mean, you really didn't have to donate that much, and I think if I saw that in the regular comments, I probably would have read it out. But I appreciate it. And two, it's good to hear that Canadian commercial again. So if you're from Canada, I mean, you definitely heard this commercial back in the day. You hear it whenever it's on hockey, CBC. I don't know if they play it anymore, but just recently, actually, this is Josh. I'll send you the original commercial later, and then just
Okay.
recently with all of this, back and forth with your president, the original guy who did the commercial made a new version of it. So I'll send you both versions. You'll watch the first one first, and then watch the new one later.
Okay.
Yeah, but back to the Z and Z thing. I've been I don't know how it is, and I've mentioned this on my channel before. Canadians have called me out on it. I somehow got into the habit of saying American terminologies on some word, and I noticed it when I started this channel. Like I got so used to saying route instead of route.
Mhm.
I also started to notice that I say Z instead of Z, which is really weird because when I was living in Vancouver, back in the day when it was Z95.3, that's a radio station in Vancouver, I would say Z, but somehow it switched over to me saying Z, right? So I'm really starting to notice it, and I do appreciate my community calling me out on my own Canadian lack of Canadian pronunciation, but it's just kind of I guess maybe I'm watching too much U.S. Media or TV or something, but some of my terminology I gotta learn. I gotta get back to Canadian. So
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah,
What
so
what is Z? What is that?
the letter Z.
The
You
letter
guys say
Z.
Z, like it's Gen Z,
Oh,
Gen
okay.
Z.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we
Okay.
say
I did not
Z.
know that. Gotcha.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I've been noticing I've been saying Gen Z,
Oh, okay. Okay.
right? But in Canadian Z, your Z we say Z,
Oh, I'd never heard that
and
before.
then
Okay.
your route we say route, and that's one that I've been screwing up a lot lately because I don't know how or when I switched over to route or route, right? So
Right, right. Fair enough.
yeah,
Okay. I did not know that.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. So,
Interesting.
but thank you very much, Rod. I really appreciate it. I really do, and I'm gonna take this and try to see if we can maybe get the co-host a new cat tower or something.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. How did you say this earlier?
Thrywin,
Thrywin? All right. Thank you.
Thrywin.
Thrywin. Thrywin.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the membership on my side. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. And we've got Roderick with the $5. Just a little treat for the doggo and the cats. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely do that too. The dog, he needs like anxiety meds or something. I'm about to check him into a mental hospital, I think. Yeah, fuck it. He's nuts. He's absolutely insane. I'm about to take him to a vet and be like, this dog, he'd give him a
Yeah.
pill or something. He's lost his fucking mind. So, yeah, we might do that. He's crazy. This is Rod on your side, member for 5 months on this one. Go for it.
Hey, Rod. Hail everyone. I can't see, my text is too small. Okay. Hail everyone. Thank you. I'm a former pro wrestler, now author, looking for a brief return to the ring to debut my split leg powerbomb. Nice. It's been a while since I watched wrestling. I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid, but I kind of, I think after high school started, I kind of stopped watching it. But we'll look out for you. We'll look for you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Rod.
I used to watch some WWE back when it was the WWF, and not for a lot of years, but back then the Undertaker, that was my guy. That was my dude
Yeah,
right
I
there.
think when it was WWF, that's when I watched, and then when it switched to WWE, that's kind of I think when I kind of started losing interest in it. So
Yeah, absolutely.
but
But years ago, I was I think it was I mean, I'm not a wrestling guy these days, but way back when I was a kid, it was a lot of fun. But I think it was the Royal Rumble and the Undertaker lost, and I was just devastated. I was like, I just can't, I can't with this. So,
yeah, I can't remember.
and this is Roderick. My apologies over on your side.
Roderick Siorid. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to pronounce if that's your last name. But thank you for the €5. Just a little treat for the co-host and the co-host waiting in line. Thank you very much. Yeah, she's waiting patiently. I think she just wants attention right now. But it's almost like she's staring at me right now, and I can feel like she's gonna just go into an outburst. So it's just one of those things, like it's like a ticking time bomb. So, but really, thank you for the €5, and co-host is definitely going to benefit. So,
And this one's on your side too, sir.
oh wow, soy lentil green, soy lent green, soy lent green. Okay. Thank you for the 5, and that looks like a tuxedo cat, I think, right? Molson is
like it
now
to me.
owned by Molson is now owned by Coors, which is a Republican donor. Yep. I don't drink Molson's. I mean, for me, I was drinking a lot of Stanley Park craft beer when I was in Vancouver, but I'm not really that much of a drinker, anyways. But yeah, I've stopped drinking Molson quite a long time ago. So, but thank you for the 5 Canadian.
Is Molson a Canadian brand or?
Yeah, it's Canadian brand. So
okay.
I mean, it's Canadian, but it's owned by Coors is a U.S. company, right?
Yeah, so, right here in Colorado.
Yeah. So yeah, but I'm not really that big of a drinker, anyways. But when I did, it was mainly the local stuff in Vancouver. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know who drinks that Coors and what's going on with them, but I mean, they probably make other bad decisions in their life too. So
yeah.
Here you go, another one from your side.
All right, Arbutus again. Thank you for the $2. I am Canadian. He put the link in the general chat in the Discord. So
I will try to find it. That Discord gets busy. So
yeah, thank you very much, Arbutus. Arbutus, sorry.
And here you go.
I keep saying Arbutus because I think I said this on the last stream. It's Arbutus, not Arbutus, because I see his name, and I mean, there's a street in Vancouver called Arbutus Street, and when I see that, it kind of reminds me. But it's Arbutus. Sorry.
Gotcha. And look at this. I'm sure. What is it? About 1 a.m. there, or a little after?
Yeah, it's about 1:10 in the morning for me right now. So
1:10 in the morning. Well, good news. I know it's late over there. Last super chat of the day for you, sir.
Well, Rod, what are you doing, man? Rod? You don't have to keep sending all this money. Hail GTL and Josh. Yes, Midnight Edge Canadian Paul Chato said that Z and Z needs to be looked at case by case because it's not ZZ top, ZZ top. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, but he says, yeah, I get it, but they're USA. That's true. I mean, if you're talking about ZZ top, you can't really call them ZZ top. It doesn't sound right.
It would sound a little different. Yeah.
So, but
case by case is what we're going with.
Yeah, but I'm really starting to learn. Like when I'm talking on my channel, I'm starting to realize all the words that I'm mispronouncing. Well, not mispronouncing, but I'm saying the American side instead of the Canadian one. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But thank you very much, Rod. I really appreciate it.
And we've got one more for me, $2. And look, it comes with the pronunciation. Pronunciation. I have had to correct myself on how to pronounce pronunciation so many times lately. It's fucking embarrassing. That's the one I'm gonna fuck up, I guess. Anyways, you try it before I try it.
Thriftwin. I think it's Thriftwin. Yeah.
All right. I think we got it. We will do our best with that. I appreciate it. Anyways, up to you, Guard the Leaf. I know it's late for you, so if there's any other topic you want to touch on, or if you got to call it a night, it's totally up to you.
I got another 10 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Next around another 10 minutes. I actually want to you and I were talking offline, and you did mention that you're.
Let's do this real quick. Look, you got another one.
What the hell, Rod? Seriously, Rod. No, I'm gonna have to tell you to stop. Seriously. Thank you again for the 50. I appreciate it. Hail GTL and Josh. See Through Love is a romance, martial, sci-fi, comedy, drama, and spy thriller. A Spanish teacher who became invisible when angry, shocked to discover the new gym teacher is blind but can see her when invisible. Reason Press. Yeah, this is a new. Is this a movie or a drama or?
Maybe it's the book he's writing.
Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. I will keep an eye out for it, and yeah, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this now so I can take this for later and try to see if I can get more information on it. But thank Thank you very much, Rod. And Rod, please stop. I appreciate it, but there really doesn't. I'm really humbled by it, but I do ask you to stop.
And
Yeah.
you got
Thank you,
a
though.
$5 super sticker here too.
Thank you, Darmu, for the $5 super sticker. I wish I could see it, but I can't
Yeah.
see what it is. But no, I can't. Yeah, you can't see what the super sticker is, right?
Not from the StreamYard, no, unfortunately.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you, appreciate that. So you were starting to say there's one more topic you wanted to go over.
Well, no, because I mean, one of the things, I mean, you and I were talking offline about how I was getting a lot of flack from the Democrats and stuff, and you mentioned before that you're getting a lot from the international.
Mhm.
Is that still happening? I mean, what the reason I want to ask is, I mean, I want to see not how do I fix it, but how do I maybe explain where they might be coming from?
Well, it was happening. I said in a video that I'm quite fucking sick of it at this point, and shockingly, it stopped. But
Yeah.
a lot of what I was getting was a lot of stuff like that. Like the Americans need to do something. And look, I agree. I
Yeah.
100% agree with that. I understand your point fully. That there are not enough Americans doing anything.
Mhm.
But a lot of it is shit. When I start saying it out loud, a lot of it's probably me just taking it too fucking personal, like honestly. But when are you going to start doing something? The rest of the world is completely fucked because of you. And when a lot of us here because of you, we're like, what? I didn't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
And it's these calls to action to do something that's just going to get us thrown in prison or killed that are like,
Yeah.
maybe you're going a little too far with this. But it was a lot all at one time. And I'm like, fuck, man. I mean, I don't know what else you want from me. I don't know what else to do.
Right.
Saying it out loud, it just sounds kind of fucking silly. I spend way too much time in my truck by myself that like maybe sometimes sitting there by myself, I take some things more personal than I need to. Maybe what's going
Yeah.
on here. So.
Well, I can also, I mean, I don't think you're actually taking it too personal, because I mean, there are a lot of people that want to go a little bit overboard when it comes to, what do you actually expect the United States to do, right? And
Mhm.
I personally, like I said, I don't expect you guys to storm the Capitol with guns. That's just going to end up really bad. But
Mhm.
I do expect that, maybe you need to, not use personally, but, the
Mhm.
US and the resistance needs to get more of their citizens on board, right? Because,
Right.
a 2% of the total population is not really going to do anything. But, it has to be more, how do I say it? More call to action after a protest happens or something, right?
Mhm.
But I can also understand the frustration from the rest of the world as well, right? I mean, we're now suffering, um, because of the orange guy. So
Sure.
there's a lot of frustration around the world, and I totally get that side as well. So
Yeah, no, you get a lot of people that say that, we're fucked because of your actions. And it's not you're fucked because of our all of our actions, but I also don't expect people to like carve out, oh well, you're a good American. I mean, really, who has time for all that? And
yeah.
I'm trying to
But
think of a
no,
great
actually,
example.
when you say that part, I think it is important to carve it out, because if people are generalizing, right? A lot of people could accuse me of generalizing, right?
Mhm.
Generalize all Americans in my videos or all U.S. citizens, and I don't. I make it a point to say,
Mhm.
I'm not generalizing. It's really a specific target that I am talking about, right? Whether it's MAGA, or whether it's the apathetic citizens, or whether it's the ones that don't want to talk about politics, or they're not interested in politics, whatever else, right?
Mhm.
It is important to carve it out, because those are the ones that are actually the ones that can really make a difference. I mean, you and everyone know Kings, you are the resistance. It's just, in my opinion, it's too small. So it
100%.
has to it has to be targeted at those who are sitting on their sofa and watching TV, not caring
Mhm.
about anything that's going on. So
No,
that's just my opinion.
100%.
So Yeah.
Yeah, it's a frustrating thing because you know, you tell someone like, look, I mean, not only have I, you know, put up my hard-earned money to a lot of causes when it comes to this, you know, I could go through a whole list of ways that I did that, you know. That's one thing, you know, putting up your money. I'm offering on this live stream and hold me accountable to fund 2 or 3 more people to participate in this
Mhm.
general strike that's supposed to happen. Those are all good things, you know, but it's also like, you know, I live in a truck for the most part. I have a house. I'm never here, but you know how long it takes me to break into a truck? Like I can open a lock truck in like literally like 3 seconds. If
Mhm.
you know how, it's super easy. So like not only that, it's like you put your ass on the line. Like the Trump truckers are like at least 90% of the industry, you know.
Right.
And it's like, man, you know, I'm putting my ass on the line already. I'm putting up my hard-earned money. I'd rather keep my money if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
But when you do get someone in your face saying you're not doing anything, and it's specifically directed at me, going, all you do is sit there and make videos. Like, no, these videos are the way that I'm able to fund certain things, you know.
Mhm.
I can't do this on a trucker's wages, you know. Asking me to send $1,000 to the Prop 50 thing as a trucker ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's no way to do
Yeah.
that, you know. When the Republicans were trying to shut down the SNAP benefits to oh, what was that about? Was that to get the votes on it had to do with something. It was the shutdown. It was one of the second shutdown, I think. They were yes, that's when they were trying to end the Obamacare subsidies, and their leverage was to shut down SNAP benefits to the
Mhm.
American people. We were here on this channel donating money to food banks, you know, and all of this shit helps without getting me killed or thrown in prison, you know.
Right.
So maybe I take it a little bit personal when people say you're not doing anything and it's specifically directed at me.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone else with that opinion that's parked in the truck next to me with, you know,
Yeah.
90% of the truck drivers in that lot wanting your ass dead right there, you know. um,
Yeah.
so I guess that's kind of where it gets frustrating. And I do realize though, saying it out loud, maybe I'm taking it a little too personal. It's the fucking internet, you know, and
No, I mean,
people
I get it. I get it. I mean, when people
yeah,
accuse me of generalizing it, it really pisses me off because
yeah.
I make a point in my videos to let everyone know I'm not generalizing and is really a targeted you know, subset of the Democrats really that or you know, Democrats or independents or the ones that didn't vote that really
Mhm.
needs to get into gear, right? So
Yeah, because
but
the Republicans are not going to do it. They're not
yeah, I
going
don't
to
care
do
about
it.
the Republicans, but you know, it's really the ones who didn't vote, and you know, even the Democrats that are mad at me. I'm like, don't get mad at me. Go get mad at the people that didn't vote or are sitting around doing nothing, right? So
Right. Absolutely, absolutely. We
yeah,
got a few more super chats that came in. I know it's
okay,
late for you, so
yeah, I
we'll
gotta get
go
going in
through
about
those.
5 minutes. I think my wife is waiting, so
All right, no more, no more. Let's cut
no
off
more,
all
no
the
more,
super
no more.
chats so we can respond to them. It's a
Yeah,
weird thing for YouTubers to say. Stop sending money.
yeah, please don't,
We
please stop.
we we appreciate it, but
Yeah,
guard the leaf. He's got to get to bed soon. So here you go. This is coming through on your side. Um,
uh, brand Desjardins, I guess that what it is. Thanks for the $10. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it, and you know, thank you very much for supporting my channel. I mean, I'm almost coming up to almost 1 year since I first published my first video. So I'm actually I never thought I would be here, but I really appreciate everybody who supports my channel as well as Josh's.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. We, like I said earlier, we've kind of done this whole thing together, uh, and yeah, we definitely got that interconnected audience over here. So definitely appreciate all you. And we got
Yep.
Rod over here on my side with the member for 1 month. Hell, Josh, I'll get your side next live stream. Well, I appreciate all the support, Rod. I really do. Even to guard the Leafs channel, I'm not that jealous YouTuber that's going to sit over here getting grumpy. So it was good to see, man. Appreciate all your support over there on the guard the Leaf channel, and appreciate everything, man. Here we go again. Win. I hope I got that right. I probably
Thriftwind.
fucked it up this time. Now that it's not on the screen
Thriftwind.
in front of me. Yeah, that is on your side though. The $2.
Oh, thank you very much. I thought it was on your side.
Uh, nope. Nope, that's
No?
for you, buddy.
Okay. Thank you very much, Thirstwind.
And Stephanie, thank you for the gifted channel membership. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Christy with the $5. Thank you, Christy. Appreciate you. And on to the next here. Canada Marie with the $20. I appreciate you. I can't see the damn super sticker. I wish StreamYard would catch up on that, but they just have not. So it just appears as a super sticker. And one of the funny things when I first started doing my streams through StreamYard, people would put up the Canadian flag on YouTube in their comment, and it would just say CA on my side. And I'd be like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me. And it was because YouTube wouldn't show it. And we've got Christy with the $5 adding to the strike fund. Me not working at the nonprofit won't make a difference. See, and this is what I'm trying to say. Thank you, Christy. I appreciate that. This is the point I was trying to make earlier. The fact that I'm able to fund things that go towards the fight, that go towards people, you know, having food or Prop 50 or offering to fund a few people to stay home is because of the video. So when people say all you're doing is making videos, like, no, I'm like putting my money where my mouth is. Like, repeatedly I've done that. Yeah. So yes, Christy, $5, that will definitely go to that. I just need to like keep an eye out for, you know, a few trusted people that have followed my channel for a while, and I kind of hope they reach out and I could find a way to make sure that they follow through and don't just take my ass for $100-200, you know. So I'm all for it. I'm willing to do that for sure. I will be sitting my ass at home if this is a real thing. Hell, I might just live stream all fucking day just to fucking hang out, you know. We'll see. And hey, Rod, appreciate you with the $50 over here. Thank you, Rod. I thought we cut you off. No, I appreciate it, Rod. Hell, Josh, are you lucky enough to be pin to pin? Have you done decks? I'll send a video of how I wrap straps, which unwind automatically. Yes, I began to love long haul working for some hardware. Loved companies who Monday to Friday on road, but brought me home weekends. I would have to say there might be a disconnect in the terminology here. Pin to pin sounds a lot like drop and hook. Hopefully that's what you mean by that, Rod. And yeah, that's what most of my freight is for anyone that don't know. Drop a loaded trailer, pick up an empty one onto the next, instead of waiting for some disgruntled forklift driver to unload my shit. A lot of it's like that, but I am not a flatbed guy, Rod, at all. I've tried flatbed for a week and I fucking hated it. He says, yes, drop and hook. Yes, absolutely, Rod. Yep. Most of mine is drop and hook, and I'm sick to death of when I have a live load or live unload and they give me an appointment time. I don't like being told what to do, Rod. I don't like being told when to be somewhere. So when I do get those live loads and unloads, it's infuriating almost. But no, I was never a flatbed guy. Tried it for a week. It sucked. And credit to the guys that like doing flatbed. And the ladies, there's a girl on here on YouTube. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she's been doing flatbed forever. And she's throwing around these 100-pound tarps like they're fucking nothing. She's got more balls than I do out there doing that kind of work. Yep, it wasn't for me. And he says, love companies Monday through Friday on road, but brought me home weekends. A lot of people like that. And I could probably do that because I come through here every week. I was originally going to try to take off a little more time at least when I bought my truck because it reduced my expenses monthly. But then the fuel prices went through the fucking roof, and I went, well, there goes that plan. I guess I'll just work till I'm dead, Donald. But you know what I learned is I kind of like trucking a lot more now than I used to because of the videos. I don't constantly have to worry if I'm going to get the good load every week or if I'm going to get the miles that I need. And I've kind of fallen in love with trucking all over again because I'm not so stressed out about how trucking is going to go. So I'm kind of enjoying being out there. And we've got one last one. We got to call it. It's getting late for Guard the Leaf. We've got this is on your side for you, brother.
Oh, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you both for your wonderful channels. Appreciate it, and appreciate the support for my channel as well as Josh's as well. So we have a lot of interconnected audience members, and glad to. I think that also accounts for the Discord server as well. So there's a lot of people joining the Discord server, finding your channel, and vice versa. So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, it's been fun doing this alongside with you. It's been one hell
yeah.
of a journey. Um,
Well, we'll have to do this again
yeah,
in April. And what I'm wondering right now is what more shit's going to go on between now and the next time we talk.
yeah, and it may be that May 1st instead of that weekend, because if this strike's actually popping off, if this is happening, then that's when I'll be shutting down. So.
No problem. I mean, whenever you're ready next, I'm just really curious. I mean, there's a lot can happen in the next 4 weeks. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. All right. With that said, it's getting late for Guard the Leaf. He's got shit to do, got a job and all that. So we should call it right there.
All
Appreciate
right.
you guys all hanging out. Always a good time. Sorry we
Yeah.
can't read every comment. That's always been a frustration of mine that I haven't been able to do that for a while, because I love having the audience, but I miss the days where I could read every comment and interact with everyone. Apologies if
Yeah.
I did not get to yours, but thanks for dropping by and hanging out with us.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. And really happy to see a lot of familiar names in the, it's really happy to see a lot of familiar names in the comments. I'm really starting to get tired, I think. So
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
barely talk, but glad to see everybody here and a lot of familiar names. So yeah, thanks very much, everyone.
All right. That's it.
All right.
Love you guys. Bye
Thanks,
now.
everyone. All right. Bye.